Hello and welcome. The Clodcast is here with the PRs that specifically P. Miggy and Taco have been screaming about. It's the Clodsire PRs.
Wait, how are you gonna ask for content and then like be in the content? Like Taco, get out of the call.
I'm sorry.
Break.
Taco asked for the content.
He's like,
just to be
fuck it,
in the
I'll do it
content.
myself.
As you can hear, we are here with a bunch of people. Pretty big one this time. It's obviously me, the host Ben. Then we have Roy, the almighty co-host, who's there every fucking time.
Hi, I'm gonna rage bait Ben again.
Please don't. We're here with the other Brit that is here a lot, Harry.
Hello, Burrito.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh,
You're not British.
I am now.
Okay. As you've heard, we are here with the goat of the CPL server, Callum Brito.
Yes.
We are here with Emilio's favorite play toy, Reina.
Okay, we didn't need to say all that, but like, hi.
And we're here with probably the funniest guy on the server, Taco.
Wow, WW Glaze.
Funny is a term. I'd say most deranged, but like, yeah, that
Yeah.
works too.
Yeah, since when is like schizophrenic racism funny?
It's always been
Dude,
funny.
isn't that everything you basically post into the fucking Instagram chat, though?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, maybe not the deranged that Taco does, but anyways, we're gonna rank the Clodsire teams. Emilio forgot to do his special rankings, so they're not gonna be here. So no freak meter this time. Blame Emilio if you want to blame
Taco will do
anybody.
it. Taco should do it instead.
Yeah, I have a built-in freak meter anyway. I can give it off the top of my head.
For anybody who doesn't know, we rank teams on 4.
Hold on.
Okay.
Cyrie's unemployed. We can get him in. We can get him in.
Cyrie's unemployed. We can get him in. If you really want to get him in. But yeah, we rank teams on 4 different categories, and based on the stuff in the categories, a final score comes out, and then we rank the teams by the total score. So yeah, let's just jump into number 16, which is Emperor Ari. As you can see here, we have the 4 categories. We have basics, we have offensive core, defensive core, and support. Basics are, does the team cover all the basics a standard draft wants and needs? Which is the type chart. Does it have the important types? Then speed tiers. Does it have hazards setting and hazard removal? And momentum. As mentioned before in all 4 other episodes, momentum is very important in this day and age. Then offensive core, pretty self-explanatory, same with defensive core. And then support, how good does the team support what it wants to do? So, Roy,
This is a team for the ages.
Roy, why don't you get us started?
So starting off on this team, the types that they are missing are like ice, which doesn't matter because you don't really need an ice type. Ghost, which can be a problem, but they have fighting type switching, quite okay. No fire types, which is good offensively and sometimes handy for fairies. And as you can see, because their poison is a dark type as well, they only have 1 resist to fairy. Also, fairy is an offensive one as well. But they've got all the other types. Speed tiers, 85 to 102 is a bit iffy. 116 to 150 is fine. The hazards are pretty decent. Removal is not good. I'll be honest. Corviknight's a great mon, but Mega Aerodactyl is not Defogger. You're not running Defogger Mega Aerodactyl. It's there to kill things. And the pivoting is weak, being nice. I mean, you technically have Deoxys Speed that has teleport. Otherwise, it's U-turn and slow can teleport. U-turn on Corviknight and Volt Switch on Vikavolt.
Does Iron Valiant not get teleport?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
Jack.
I'm gonna be the lawyer for all of these teams. I feel like Eject back close combat makes Valiant excellent momentum grabber.
That's how we make.
Oh,
That's
we
how we
just
make Valiant
pro-pinged.
the offensive pivot
When
here.
I do that,
Exactly.
Ben tells me off.
If you want me to be honest,
Oh
I
my
think the pivoting is fine, to be
dude.
honest.
Pivoting is
Like,
actually
I-
fine. It's like perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, like, it's not a lot of pivoting, but the two main pivoters are such good
Like,
pivoters
it's
that
like
I think it balances out.
like they're just
The
gonna come and
biggest
soak a
problem-
hit and then slow pivot like one of the threats, like the Valiant, the Chomp, or the
Yeah, like,
Mega
yeah, you don't
Era.
really have, like, much pivoting. And also, Vikavolt also a pretty good slow pivot. I think the pivoting is fine.
The only
I
thing,
will
I didn't
point
like-
out this is.
The
I will
Moonblast
point out this is
situation
Clod-
is dire, though. I will not lie
Yeah.
to you.
The removal is like.
I will point
I
out
think
this is
Corviknight can-
Clodsire, and the standard teams is generally a lot better here. So this is the weakest, but it's not a
Fair
bad team.
I feel like no one's calling out how ugly this team is. The whole thing is just blue. And there's like an ugly pink in the middle.
How ugly the
Blue,
team.
instead of the
The
fruit
team
meter,
must
wait,
be aesthetically pleasing to look at.
if you
3-hour
100%.
recording
If you're
session
building an
incoming.
ugly team, if you're building an ugly team,
Instead
you have
of-
no taste.
if you've ever seen a
instead of a
Callum
freak
team,
meter, we
Callum
should have like
always
the aesthetic meter.
Callum always drafts color coordinated.
100%
does,
of
I
the time.
I
The
will admit, even though the removal is like a bit like weak, I think that you can still run U-turn, defog, and root on Corviknight every week and still function as a good mod. So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it's just a weakness. I wouldn't say it's like the end of the world. Like at least you've got a good one. I've seen teams with 2 defaults, or even like teams with 4 defaults, which could be arguably worse.
The only thing, like,
Everyone-
there's two things I don't like with the basics. Is, well, yes, we have very good slow pivoting. We don't have a good offensive pivot.
Oh, you know what? Fair.
You
And,
just went over that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the
But like most of the offensive guys are just gonna click anyway.
yeah, and the other thing is with how many hazards you have, not having a rapid sprint sucks sometimes because hey, you don't keep your own hazards up.
I would argue
Well,
Fixable
valid.
can be offensive.
Wait,
Yeah.
how does rapid spin help you? Oh, you mean defogging your own hazards?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I get,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I get it.
Taco, why don't you introduce us to the offensive core?
Obviously Valiant is Valiant. Like it just does a lot. It's very versatile. The biggest weakness is obviously bulky. What do you call it? Bulky poison types. That's what Chomp is obviously there for. Chomp can also be a really good defensive piece if need be. Very good hazard setter. Eoxys is very versatile. Good psychic mon. It gets like psychic overheat except a bit stronger and psycho boosts. You know I fuck with that heavy. The team is like the top end speed is like incredible. 180 to 150, 116. Like you outrun like anything that's not Regieleki, which is pretty funny. You just greeted all the top speed if I'm being honest. Having a webs is a bit redundant on this team because like you're already so fast. I don't see why you need webs, but I think Vikavolt is a good standalone mon where you don't need the webs. And obviously Aerodactyl, I think it's underrated for Aerodactyl is pursuing stuff. Like this team struggles, in my opinion, struggles into like ghosts a bit. I mean, ghost with fighting coverage, I think a lot of them do have, and obviously having like the really strong pursuit. I fuck with heavy.
Yeah,
Ghost fighting coverage.
Yeah,
There-
Aegis Slash thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Thorough Work
The
Team is
Fury,
weak to ghost fighting coverage.
Annihilate.
that's it.
Back it up, buddy. Back it
Guys,
up.
you've unbanned Marshadow just against Emperari.
Annihilate is a thing, you know.
I mean, the one
But
thing one thing this team's like offensive problem is it's gonna rely a lot on special offensive Valiant, which obviously Valiant is great, but sometimes you want to run physical. So, like, you will either run the Valiant, you will run Vikavolt, or you will run like a choice specs Dio speed.
Yeah, that's also really valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the other thing I was thinking of. Yeah, like that's the only like thing I can see that I think it's not very good in.
Yeah, like there's obviously some niche slow king sets with like Calm Mind or like Nasty Plot. It's only coming off 100 base stats. So, and Vikavolt's obviously.
Haven't you heard of Meteor Beam Mega Aerodactyl?
Brother,
Okay, what are we talking about?
yeah, like the one gripe is it's obviously forcing a lot of special Valiant because otherwise, like your next best threat is Dio speed because Vikavolt is a little shafted in the coverage department.
Yeah, it's like I know, it's like, yeah, your next best special attacker with actual coverage is actually DF speed.
Yeah.
Also,
Because
it's
one's
like
probably
you don't have like a great like way to hit like bulky fairies, and then you already are like lacking in a Moonblast resist. So it's like there's probably gonna be a sequence where it's just like the bulky fairy comes in, and then you have to switch in your Corviknight, and then they pivot, and then the fairy pivots in. Something that
To be
threatens the
fair,
Corviknight.
I think Snorlax deals pretty with most offensive special fairies at the very least. That's not like a horrible thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I feel like
Snorlax is actually pretty okay on this team.
Something I am seeing though, I feel Corviknight has to do so much stuff on this team. Like it has to like remove, has to pivot, it has to be like
that's
pretty
what
much
it
the
has to
only
do.
fairy resist. It's
Yeah,
also
it has
like the
to
only
do
like
so much.
Yeah, that's what I
it does
want.
a lot.
That's a thing I wanted to mention on the defensive core specifically because Corviknight is very
yeah.
overloaded.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because yes, you can run like some Fizdef, Overquill, or Garchomp sets for sure. It's still like mostly gonna like Corviknight is still your highest Fizdef mon. Obviously great, but with the roles you're already putting it needs to defog. It needs to be a slow pivot and everything. Like you're overloading it quite a bit. But Reina, since you are a stall player, why don't you get into some of the defenses?
Okay.
Wow, okay, so basically like the defensive core, like all the defensive ones are like Tank Chomp, when you bring defensive Overquill, but like that's not even like that great. And then obviously
I
the
disagree. I
main
think it's
defensive
solid.
two, the main two to like the highlight the defensive core is obviously the Corviknight Slowking Pivot Core, which is really good. But it's just again, it's just like, oh my god, thank God for Emperor Ari, no one drafted like Mega Mall while like Mega Diancie or just some shit.
Um,
Oh yeah.
actual pack, genuine pack watch.
Oh my god. Okay. But anyway, but yeah. But it's just like there's gonna be a lot of sequences where I feel like it's like the fairy switching is gonna be either like Corv or like it's like you identified the fairy switching, like they're like since it's already limited, and then the fairy's gonna pivot into the mon that beats your fairy switching. And that's how you're kind of gonna break this team. That's kind of how you're gonna break this team down, I feel like.
Yeah. Harry, why don't you talk a little bit about the support?
Well, in terms of support, you got like all your taunts that you ever needed. You know, you got your Valiant, you got your Deoxys, you got your Mega Arrows, you got your Roverquills. Corv, like holy shit, do you need more taunters? I don't think you fucking do. You got a solid knockoffing pair in Deoxys and Iron Val, although Iron Val's like a little 4-move cylinder in my opinion. You have no Willow, which kind of sucks, no Heal Bell, which sucks. I don't know about Wishes, because I'm not the guy to tell you about moves.
No, there's no wish passing on this team.
No Wish Passing, which kind of
Bit of a
sucks for your
roll-up
bulky
thing.
mons, like your Laxes, your Corvs, your Garchomps. Which is why I guess support's rated so low. It's just not like when it comes to like moves like when it comes to Pokemon like Corviknight, you kind of want the Wish Pass in case it gets low or Garchomp or this, that, the other.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, anyway.
Some good parts.
Did you guys rehearse this?
I think the wish
you
pass
guys-
situation is actually that bad because like
Did you guys rehearse this?
No, we did not.
Holy shit. That was really good, Harry.
Thanks, Dad.
That was really good. I don't know. I don't think the wish pass situation is actually like that bad because like the main two defensive pieces on the team have reliable recovery.
Yeah. You also have like Vikable, which also gets roost, and if you really want to, you could run like some Gluttony Snorlax set with Recycle, if you really wanted to. But some very some
This ain't Gen 7 anymore.
yeah. Some good parts about the support though is obviously the hazard support is pretty good for a rather offensive-minded team. And you also have fast dual screens with the DO speed, which can help you set up some of your offensive mounts better. But yeah, our team is 16th, but is for sure not a bad team. Like it would be high or middle in the pack in some other divisions, which is funny.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's
Now to number 15, Fluvy.
The greediest team ever. Oh my god.
Very greedy team.
Bro, is this where all the speed went?
This is greed that we see in the Bible.
Honestly. Not even Satan's this greedy, bro.
Wait, all these mons are the same. They do the exact same things.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to
Three.
that.
We'll get.
Um,
Oh my.
let me get into the basics first. So typings wise, we're only missing Psychic, Rock, and Dragon. Rock is never essential of a type to need. Psychic is also not
Double
really
ice.
essential.
Oh my god.
Dragon type can be nice for obviously like elemental resistances sometimes, but it's not necessary per se. Speed tiers are very good. They're basically no huge speed gaps there at all, so you're fine there. Hazard setting, it's also gonna be on Scarm. You have a backup rocker with Dawnfan, which is fine. Removal wise, you're set up pretty good though. You have a good spinner in Dawnfan. You have Rotamo, which is a good defogger. You have backups in both roles, and you even have core change if you want to. And momentum wise, you're also set up pretty good. Like most of your mons actually get momentum, and there's also some good offensive momentum. So yeah, basics look pretty good. Now then, for the offensive core, Callum, you just mentioned this. A lot of the team does the same thing. Why don't you talk about it?
Alright, so Iron Bundle, Weavile, Cinderace, Zoroark, Hisui, all of them kind of want to do the same thing. They're fast. They're not super strong without like choice items. And you don't really want to choice any of them because they're all Stealth Rock weak. Right? Yeah, 3 of them are Stealth Rock weak. So what you want to do with all of them is you want to put boots on them and just slowly hit stuff with it. So you don't really have a good breaker. Someone's screaming in Spanish.
Yes, it was probably Taco's mom.
Hi, Taco's mom.
We get Taco's mom on this.
I didn't know
Hold
Taco
on.
had a sister.
What happened? What?
But
Oh, never mind. I know what you're talking about.
No,
I know what
yeah,
you're talking about.
Callum's kind of spinning though. The team's immediate offense without choice items is really bad. Like they just don't hit hard enough.
Yeah, like you could argue that the strongest hitting mon in the team is actually Buzzwole. Like without choice items, Buzzwole is the hardest hitter, which it's not a bad Pokemon per se. But like, do you really want it to be your strongest Pokemon? Is the other question.
There's a bit of an issue.
Dude, you have like no special offense too. I just realized pretty much nothing.
Yeah,
It's bundle.
Your
It's
special
bundle
offense
and
is Bundle and Zoroark Hisui. Because Rotamo,
Yeah.
while it can hits sometimes, it oftentimes will need a nasty plot to be a threat. And while Vaporeon has a high special attacks, it needs a Calm Mind because it's obviously more of a defensive Pokemon.
Does it need a Calm Mind though? It's pretty strong.
I mean, I ran Specs Hydro Pump once to get rid of an Aggron Mega.
It's like 110. It's like alright.
Yeah, it's
like,
all right. But sometimes you
Well,
need
what?
investment.
Oh, the corner.
And you'd rather not.
Whirlpool. Run Whirlpool Taunt on Iron Bundle. That does the trick.
What? Roy, why don't you get us over the defenses on this team?
Yes, so the defenses on this team. I'll have a look at this team again in a second. So you got one bulky Warning Buzzwole, which does get recovery, and Skarmory and Donphan. And Pheasant Dipsy can take hits as well. That's about it on the special side. Most of it is basically physically defensive. Rotomo can be defensive as well. But you do also have quite a few shared weaknesses throughout the team. Especially for Vaporeon also split death. I forgot Vaporeon was there too. Wish passes as well, which helps a bit as well. It's when you look at a team and you think, right, okay, on paper it looks like it can take hits well, and then you actually look at it in practice and you're like, there's a lot of shared weaknesses and a lot of things that just burst through this team.
Yeah, some of the big ones to mention is obviously like you only have one rock type switch in really, which is the Donphan. While yes, there's like the best offensive rock type in Mega Diancie didn't get drafted in this division, and most other rock types are pretty shit mons. It's gonna be fine, but
Cornerstone.
Oh my god, my old cornerstone looking at this team.
All I'm gonna say.
Cornerstone
Mega
might be
Glamora.
Rockmon.
Glamora.
yeah.
Oh
Dude,
my.
Pillow Watch, dude.
Oh
Pillow
my
Watch
god.
literally.
Dude,
Pillow Watch
Ari's
is
Mega Aerodactyl looking at this team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just
Oh yeah,
misses
Mega
so
Aerodactyl
many
nukes
hits.
this team.
And then Mrs. Edge, and we're sad.
No,
Pillow
but
Watch
it just dual wing beats.
Yeah.
It just dual wing beats and then it kills the whole team. Thank you,
No,
Jacob.
it's
I agree.
Brickatoon.
All right, fellas.
Yeah. There's
No more freedom of speech.
no more. Yo. Some other things to mention. This team is also like as Reina just mentioned, something like an special offensive electric type that has coverage to hit Dawnfan is for neutral is gonna go very hard into this team as well.
Right, Frost.
It also needs to hit the Rotomo, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said before tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right,
fair.
Frost. Arc Assault.
But to be
Okay,
fair,
well that's Bolt Beam though. That's Bolt Beam, bro. It's like
yeah, okay, yeah, that's Bolt Beam. Bolt Beam is nasty.
Minatrek.
Yeah.
Bro, Lapras solo this team. Look at that shit.
Manectric solos this team.
Yeah, Lapras too. Look at it.
Lapras.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
it's not the
yeah.
actual good friend of those mons here, but
Yeah.
yes.
Do you think when did Floopy draft Iron Bundle just because he knew his team would get six-load by?
Maybe.
Like,
Yes, but also
Imagine
it was the
if-
third bomb hit, so I don't think that's true. Unless he knew his team was going to get stomped by it.
Yeah. One more thing to mention as well. Special offensive flying types, like Hurricane Spammers, are very dangerous into this team.
oh yeah, the flying versus
Good thing-
Skarmory, right?
Good
Well,
thing
I
you're
mean, like
using
the
Hurricane,
Fez and
though.
the Bolt, the Fez and the Vaporeon will probably take those kind of. Well, unless if it's Zapdos, it's like you're relying on your Fez. Got to do a lot of work there. No.
Yeah.
That does shoot it's over. Mega Pidgeot is going through this team.
Okay, bro. Okay, no one.
That's
no
a
one has
base.
like a
That's
pitch.
actually a base.
That's
No one has
actually
it.
insulting.
Festivity
base.
actually can take a few hits, to be fair.
Yeah.
No, I think the Fez will probably be able. Like the Fez is really specially bulky, but it's like yeah, if the Fez and the Vaporeon can't hold it down specially, like it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
I will say at least the defense for the most part does get recovery. They do have a good wisher, which
True.
does help.
Reina, why don't you get us started on the support qualities of this team?
All right, so the support we got two spinners. Unfortunately, one of them is Kamala, so I will not acknowledge it. But Donphan is a solid spinner. We
Kamala
got
is a spinner.
Did Floopy not
We got-
say he'd pay like 10
No.
points if it was 10 points or something like that?
Yeah, I-
Luigi has the other.
Anyway,
Luigi has the
we
other.
have
16.
we have both slow
shit at
and
16
fast
just for that.
encore with Iron Bundle and Donphan. Slow encore is less relevant. Fast encore is really good when you need to stop a lot of like the bulkier like setup sweepers. We got Claire, we got Heal Bell, which I don't know is actually that relevant because a lot of your defensive mons, like except for Vaporeon, like the Fez and the Skarm will come in on Toxic. So I don't know if that. You have a lot of taunt, a lot of knock. You have a lot of taunt and a lot of knock, and we got a lot of Wisp and Thunderwave going. So we just have a lot of status and a lot of disruption going on. So even when your Skarmory is going to be able to get the hazards off you, those boots will be gone, unfortunately. Between between the Weavile and the Donphan, like the Kamala doesn't exist, and the Zork probably wants to be special a lot more. But yeah, this team was like for what it wants to do, like get the chip, and then just like try to clean with the fast guys. It can support that well. It just lacks like the breaker to really put that plan together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Think about it. The team loses to Iron Bundle.
Which definitely will have.
The Iron Bundle team loses to Iron Bundle.
That's so true.
Oh, GB 7-0 in his tournament. Fucking hell.
Nice.
Oh.
Next up we have Raveneye. Callum, why don't you start us off on the basics on this team as you faced it week 1?
Oh, I kind of winged my build for it, but
Okay, bro.
He's always trying to farm whenever he gets the chance.
no.
God damn. Just say the base.
No. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So for basics, speed tiers are good. It's like textbook speed tiers. They have a really bad ground type. Your ground type is very important.
They have 2 ground types to be fair. They also have Sandy Shocks.
Also,
what's
they
the
have two
other one?
dog shit ones.
Yeah, both of them are ass. I forgot one of them was a ground type. Jesus Christ. It's so fucking irrelevant. It's also not very strong. Like when I was preparing for the team just wasn't very strong. The only thing that seemed like anywhere close to a threat was like Choice Band Dragonite. And that's not really
Okay.
much of a breaker because the only thing it can break with is like Outrage, and the second you click Outrage, your Dragonite is gone. Especially in draft.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I don't know
why
if
is
you're
okay?
counting those as
Why is Zygarde even here, dude? Like Dragonite and Sandy Shock just pretty much cover what it does.
I guess
Spike.
No, the Zygarde is here probably just to bridge a speed gap. I feel like.
Now, Zygarde is actually good. It gave me
I
a hard time
guess.
in the builder because it theoretically beats everything with Banded Thousand Arrows. Like, it forces you to bring your Grass type in with a Choice Band. I mean, with Max Defense.
Grass type with a choice band to fight it.
No, my bad.
Loki, the biggest problem of this team is paying like 15 for Mega Chestnut. Like, man, just pay 10 like a normal person.
Hazard-wise, this team is set up pretty well. We have Glimora, obviously. We have Sandy Shocks, and we have Chestnut, which can do some stuff.
Isn't that support?
I mean, we also count hazards for basics. To be fair, because hazard, if you don't have hazard, you're gonna be focus sashed on by everything.
Okay, buddy. Alright. The removal is great, though. I remember thinking it was good.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't it?
For
Yeah,
context,
it's pretty
also as
solid.
well, the reason why you have hazards is also as well. For example, mons like Moltres don't have to run boots into you, and they get a lot stronger as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Not just passing.
the removal looks pretty good. We have a good defogger in Feeny. We have a spinner that can maybe come to a game in Cryogonal. We have Mortal Spin in Lamora, and in very niche cases, defog D9. Typings wise, we're missing bug, which is never important. We're missing normal, which on this team actually a normal type could be nice because your ghost type switching is Darkrai.
Oh, yikes, I did not notice that.
Yeah.
Probably because I don't have a ghost type.
Yeah, Darkrai is like the one ghost type switch, and Darkrai is not necessarily a very bulky mon, so. And yeah, otherwise, as PTers mentioned before, pretty good. Offensive core, Taco.
Oh, which offensive core, right?
Yep.
If I wasn't paying attention, Loki, give me a sec.
Bruh.
After the parent, no, give me a sec. Okay. Honestly, I think he should have paired Darkrai with Mega Gallade. Like an offensive fighting type with Darkrai is obviously like a classic, like either like Mega Lopunny, Mega Gallade, any like good fighting type. I feel like Mega Chestnut, like I said, I think it's much too overpriced, and I also don't think it pairs very well with Darkrai because it's just really slow compared to like what Darkrai wants to do. Like yeah, Iron Defense Body Process will hit like a nuke, right? But otherwise it doesn't really have much immediate power. Like I keep glazing Mega Gallade. Iron Crown I fuck with heavy. I feel like the future sights into Darkrai, or into I guess like I was gonna say like Trick Room like Chestnut, but it didn't have Trick Room. But yeah, still future sights in general I think are really good. Glamora obviously like from experience and also from like Jacoto's W Glamora last season and run really good offensive sets. Without Terra, I don't know how good they'll be, but I'd assume that they still can pull off something. Fox,
Yeah,
I
it
think.
just
I mean,
less frequently get a sweep.
yeah. Feeny, I think is a really good enabler, but I don't really see how like the rain helps like this team that much. I mean, I guess it's nice for Chestnut, and I guess no T-Wave on Darkrai, but I don't think you don't have to worry, I guess, too much about all of your mons getting paralyzed. They're not super fast. Like Limora won't always run like fast. I don't think that's super necessary. What's the name? Shocks can't get paralyzed. Obviously, D-Knight is like doesn't even get affected by it. Light Dog can't even run like Bandit Outrage to break bulky grasses, which is kind of annoying.
I
I
can't.
will admit though, this
Outrage is strong as
yeah.
fuck. It does
No, but I mean
100.
like with terrain, I mean like you can't like the Mythic terrain, it can't really run that.
Oh, right, yeah, Misty Terrain. That's a thing.
Yeah. I'm talking about like I don't think Mythic terrain is that great on this team. I mean, I guess it could be nice to dodge Toxics on Dirge and Chestnut. Otherwise, it's like I don't know. A lot of this team doesn't really mind. Like, I don't think a lot of the team minds.
Iron Crown is also like 6 different Pokemon. Just saying.
Fair.
In theory,
Yeah. Well, like yeah, I think it's okay at best. I don't think it's like anything groundbreaking. Like I really think you need to set up for choice item. I really don't think it breaks very well without those.
It
Yeah, that's
forces
pretty much it.
a lot of prep. Like it forces prep for 3 sets. Like there's the
With
combine
Brown?
stored power, combine stored power choice specs and like the AV set.
Yeah, fair.
Like I think I think it's okay,
Yeah.
but like I don't think it's like. I think this team also kind of struggles a bit into bulky waters because I don't think Chestnut runs. I mean, maybe Mega Chestnut would run offensive grass moves more. I don't think that usually runs grass moves. I think it's already pretty stacked for coverage, right? Like just moves
Yeah.
in general. You really want synthesis.
Yeah.
Actually, a great move. Knockout's nice. Iron defense body press is obviously another cool set.
Yeah, and your other like
Bulk up, I guess. Drain
water,
punch.
your other like water killer in the Sadie Shocks doesn't really like switching into waters.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But otherwise, I think it's fine. I think there's some cool. I was about to say corrosion toxic, but like with Misty Terrain. Yeah, that's kind of annoying as well.
Jakoto, why don't you talk about the defensive core?
Oh shit. Okay, I guess I got something. All right. Let's see. We got AV Iron Thorn. I mean Iron Crowns, like Callum said. That's like situational. That's not really a consistent thing. Tabu Fini's a lot more flexible. Especially with berries and then like potential setup sets while being bulky. Unaware Mon and Scalar Dirge. Always good. Very situational though.
This team will
Cryogonal.
love wish support.
Yeah, Cryogonal's like, yeah, like it's per default, but like that guy's kind of exploitable. And then there's Mega Chestnut, which is good. He'll always take a hit. And then like at least get something. Get some value out of being a defensive piece.
Yeah.
I guess D-Knight technically in theory could also be like defensive. Depending on the
Not a bad
matchup.
set.
Yeah, and then I guess Willow support, but like not really, cause like let the Misty Terrain needed to play. That's just in the way. Yeah, this team is not like. I mean, again, shit, whatever. I guess Misty Terrain is also a plus, but kind
Yeah.
of hinders his other stuff as well.
Yeah, like one of the
Uh,
big things about the defensive core too is, as I've mentioned before in the basics, this team is very ghost type exploitable.
That's true. Yeah.
What the fuck?
To be fair, you have bulletproof Chestnut for Shadow Balls, but like Poltergeist spam can get a little annoying.
Nah, Poltergeist doesn't really do anything to Chestnut though.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Bolter's
But
not. That 172 defense.
Yeah, but like if for like how many ghost types actually get flying coverage? Let me think right now. Probably not a lot.
the thing
though.
about flying coverage, they just get Will-O-Wisp, and then they can create
Yeah,
guaranteed
the
progress.
Willow's probably the bigger part.
All right,
That's
fellas,
where the Fini comes in.
I have
I
something
guess
incredibly
that's some.
funny to say.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
Mm,
The dog sprite for Sandy Shocks looks like Sneasler. I prepped for a Sneasler. None of them came.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's
I
why
hate this guy.
I had like a defensive iron mod because I was worried about Sneasler like
Oh
stealing my.
my god.
Okay, bruh.
I was thinking about why I didn't address the secondary ground type. Like, how do I forget if that Sandy Shocks was on? Then I just went back to my prep doc right now and it just says Sneasler.
Damn.
Okay, bruh.
That's
Um,
easily done. That is easily done.
Roy.
If I knew, I would have 6-0'd.
Damn.
Possibly.
Roy, why don't you talk about the support?
okay, bro.
Okay, so the support on this team is there is a Heal Bell Mom and Dragonite, but doesn't really like to run Heal Bell. Got good knock offers, decent Will-O-Wisp support, decent T-Wave support. You've got momentum support from Hazard Stack, Glamora, Slow Encore. Also
Wait,
gone.
elaborate. Like, what are
Well,
the
the
good
issue is though
knockoff
he.
mods? Dragonite?
Um,
Darkrai?
Mega Chestnut,
No, I'm
Mega
just
Chestnut. I'd probably thinking about it. Dragonite could definitely. It's got hat. Show you off.
Cryogonal gets knockoff.
Cryogonal.
That's gotta
Oh,
be
no.
fucking fake. Hold on, bro. There's no way.
Yeah,
No, it
Dragonite's
does.
not bad.
No, it does.
It does.
It does. It does. It's just it's also a bad Pokemon.
This
Yeah,
shit is so
Cryo's not.
exploitable.
Cryo can run knockoff, but also it runs knockoff because it has no other moves. It has like literally freeze, dry, rapid, spin, recover. That's it. You
It's
take on
almost as
knockoff.
fake as Komala, but you know.
I think Kamala's
Then-
slightly.
The one thing.
Actually, no, I prefer Cryogonal. Anyway, back on track. Yeah, so like Darkrai can run knockoff too occasionally as well. The pivoting though is very bad, so it makes it hard to get stuff in. And also as well, this hazard support is pretty good as well. But yeah, lacking like any Wishmons. The Finny also as well feels counterintuitive to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The
Yes, I got, and also the Glamora. The Glamora literally sets up T-Spikes with its ability, and you've got a Finny there. That's very counterintuitive.
yeah.
Does Misty Terrain actually stop T-Spikes though? I thought that
It
Spikes
does,
can't
but
stop.
how it works is, for example, if you're set, so if you bring your Finny in and T-Spikes on the field, you get poisoned. But then if any other mon comes in while the mist trains up, it doesn't get poisoned.
Yeah. Because technically, for a short second, when the Feeny comes in, the Misty Terrain is not up yet, so that's why it gets poisoned. But anything else that comes in while Misty Terrain is up will not get poisoned. So you will run into some situation where you will probably have to run like Telepathy Feeny, and why would you be wanting to run Telepathy Feeny?
Because even corrosion doesn't really work then. Like with unless you're literally running into Corviknight and want to poison the Corviknight, it doesn't really work as well.
It's also okay just to not run a dragon type too. Like the Zygarde has to spam 1,000 arrows if it's ever paired with Feeny, which
Yeah.
is like
Yeah,
they'll run a dragon
Dragonite
type
can't
Feeny.
really spam dragon moves.
But yeah, that is a very nice team at number 14. Jakoto,
I will. Oh,
I'm gonna let you take
okay.
this.
Oh,
Oh, he's
Oh
gonna
right, I
kill
forgot.
himself.
We have like a fake beef.
Exactly.
Fake beef. Someone
yeah,
add
Dawson.
that.
Dawson, do you
Oh
really
yeah,
want the
there's bring
Lily?
your sausage roll.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Basics? What even the hell is the basics? Oh, the typings and all that stuff. Okay. So let's start. We can start with the hazards though. They have Ting Lu and then secondary as Metagross for rocks, and then Wolger secondary for spikes. To be fair though, I feel like Wolger is the one that least likes to run spikes out of the four of them. We have Rapidson support and Cyclozar, which is good. Defoggers are like kind of fake. I mean, I guess Comfey can run it, but whatever. Momentum. I don't know if that's also part of it, but
It
you
is.
got good momentum, I guess. I guess you could technically run.
What moment?
Toxic spikes.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck about toxic spikes. That's just fake. But he has no toxic spikes. But he has Ogie Dogie. Holy shit, Ogie Dogie.
This video.
You better not hate.
All right. What typings are we even missing? I don't even know where you can see that. Whatever. He has a psychic, dragon, normal,
he's missing.
fairy. I'm
He's
assuming he
missing
has steel.
ice, rock, and ghost.
Dragon goes.
Yeah, that's like whatever though. I can probably want a ghost type with Tinglu. Just for
Yeah,
the
like not having the spin block
hazard
with the
blocking,
big
but it's like
Tingus.
not the biggest thing in the world because if you know something's gonna spin, you can exploit it spinning or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You can always get progress
Wait,
off of that
teach us
type
how
of
to
shit.
do that.
Teach you how to teach you how to do that.
Yeah,
The
teach him how
audience.
to do
The
it.
audience. Not just me. The audience
Okay.
as well.
Oh, okay. So the audience. So basically, say actually, I have a perfect example. I don't have a ghost type on my team. Spoiler. I don't know if my team showed up or not. I don't know. But
did.
oh, it did. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, your bottom.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now it's really believable. Anyways, I had a Tentacool versus Sage Spike's team, and I like he knows that I have to like spin at some point, and like he wants to get in a mon that like block spin. So you just play like around those type of things. If I pulled the sequence, but like we already played a week one game. I'm not trying to spoil it at the same time, but if you have something that can exploit something clicking rapid spin like a Scarfer in the back, and you switch in the Scarfer on the spinner, that can also kill the rapid spinner. That's like guaranteed progress.
How is that
like
progress if you lose your rocks?
Because something's dead. Anyways, I'm not entertaining Callum right now. Offensive core. You know what, Callum? Talk about the offensive core. Yeah.
Wait, why would I ever talk about the offensive core? I don't like Dawson.
What the fuck?
Yo.
Yo, just talk about the offensive core, big dog.
I mean, Callum.
All
did,
right, let's
Callum
take
did.
a look.
Callum did openly say he doesn't like Dawson because of some PDT stuff. I think. He did say that in general, so
Oh
What's
my
PDT?
god, yeah, I saw that, yeah. Meat
Wait,
munching.
what's PDT?
I woke up. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
right. Offensive core, right? Let's look at the special attackers. They have Mega Alakazam, Thundurus Therian. Thundurus sucks. It doesn't count as a special attacker. You know what?
Whoa,
Low key, it
okay.
does count.
That
But
guy's
both of
kind
them,
of good, yeah.
both of them want to hit Focus Blast, which kind of sucks.
Sucks dick, yeah.
Yeah. On the physical side, they have Ogerpon, which is excellent. They have Arcanine, which is never going to be able to go fully offensive because it always has to intimidate something. Okie
Bring
Dokie's.
back Terra so you can run Terra Burnout.
I fuck with Okie Dokie heavy. I love Metagross too. I once prepped against a Metagross with like Agility, Power Herb, Meteor Beam, and that's when I learned that Metagross swings both ways. If you know what I mean.
Okay. All right. All right.
all right.
I mean, as long as
Um,
Focus Blasts hit, this is like a perfectly fine offensive core.
Yeah, but if they don't hit,
Ogerpon.
that's the problem. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we
I
don't
know
talk
what.
about that.
I know why I don't like the offense. It's because of his 2 top speeds, not including cycles, are like item locked.
Yep.
And speed tiers that are like actually very important. So Thundy's gonna be like the
Like
scarfer, I guess.
Thundurus is like a good scarper.
That's
I guess.
shit. No,
That's not
bro.
true. You know that.
That's
Like,
not
Volt
true
Switch
at
into a
all.
ground.
Uh,
Like Volt Switch into a ground type, and you're just fucked for the entire game.
no, you can click U-turn.
Okay,
It's
guys.
chill. Shut up.
I'm just gonna cut you off real here because we are 40 minutes in and we are on team 13.
It's okay. We
Oh.
can skip this one. We don't like Dawson anyway. You can
Um,
cut it out as well.
Okay, no one's.
We don't have to
Can we just
explain
skip
it.
to mine at number 1? All that
Um,
matters anyway.
So, for the
We basically reduced Orsons because he didn't get psychic terrain.
for the defensive
yeah.
core, we have Araquanid, Tinglus, some Okidogi Metagross, and Arcanine sets, and very niche wise also the Ogerpon. The rest doesn't really run defensive. Like never ever are you gonna run Mega Zam or Thundy defensive. So, defense is hard carried by Tinglu, and as mentioned before, like Tinglu's great, but like sometimes you want something to back it up. And then for support, like hazard support is okay, momentum support is good. You have shit ton of taunt, a lot of knockoffers and some very good knockoffers in the Metagross and Ogerpon. You have Willow only on Arcanine sadly, and T-Way you also have screens, so not too bad overall. But yeah, that is Dawson's team. So on to the next one. Wow, Jakoto, suddenly you can take the reel again because you faced this team week 1.
Oh man, God, I'm so thrilled.
Yeah,
All right,
Jakoto
so
going.
okay, so Sage Spike, shout out Sage Spike. First time playing week
Thank you,
1.
Spike.
For basics, he has hazards. We're gonna ignore the Terrakion there. He's got Milk Tick and Gliscor. For rocks, Gliscor can set spikes and T-spikes. We all know this. Default Coco and Scizor, which is pretty good, I guess. And I guess Latios if you want to lie to yourself, and Gliscor. No Rapid Spin. Oh shit, I didn't even realize that in prep. He has no Rapid Spin. He has good momentum.
You got still get down
Volt
the state of
Switch,
like not respecting something in prep. That's
Volt
just weak
Switch,
order
Flip
farming.
Turn. No, what? I just didn't. What the fuck?
Are you cutting
Okay.
off for anyone else?
U-turn and Flip Turn and Volt Switch on the obvious mons, Aloe, Latios. Tapu Koko, Scizor, Gliscor. Healing Wish, I guess Aloe, but like Wish Passing, Aloe as well. I guess it's support, so I won't overlap there. For types, he has the Steel Fairy Dragon Core with Latios,
Yeah,
Scizor, and Tapu Koko.
he's only missing Ice and Fire.
Yeah. And Miltank, is actually like kind of a respectable low tier on the occasion because of Sap Sipper and stuff like that, Artifact.
Yeah.
One of the few low tiers I respect. And then he has good momentum. His speed's pretty good. It kind of sucks that you have to settle for Terrakion. I feel like for the offensive power, you probably want something
Yeah.
else, but like you don't have more points,
Yeah.
obviously.
There's also one slight speed gap to mention. It's the one between Scizor and Gliscor. Because Scizor.
Hey, Jakoro,
Irrelevant.
Yeah,
Name-
I guess.
name 3
Anything below
Pokemon.
90 always runs adamant and modest. Trust.
Yeah, but specifically, like
Name
the mons in 90 to 94 will be
second.
able to run adamant freely.
Wait, hey, Jakoro, tell me, name 3 Pokemon that take on both of Terrakion's stabs. Like, very comfortably.
Aegis Flash.
Tentacruel, Toxapex.
Like, there's just no way you said
Terrakion?
Tentacruel.
Tentacruel
Nah,
gets
bro.
up?
Hey, my Tentacruel was putting in pain. Hey, my Tentacruel was put. Oh, might be spoiling. That's not spoiling.
Anyways,
No one gives a fuck. No one's gonna watch that game. You can
Just
tell
a
us
steel
all.
ghost type Goldango, I guess. Aegis Slash. And then what? A ground ghost type Runarigus.
there's also like Annihilate and Marshadow, I guess.
Alright, buddy.
Anyways, let's get into the offensive core. Physically, we have Terrakion and Mega Scissor mainly. Yet some Muk sets, some Coco sets can be run, and very nichely like the Dance Latios. Gliscor Sword Stance is also to mention, although it's kind of sometimes more forced into a defensive role in this team. And special offense is a little harsher because it's mostly gonna be Latios and Coco, as Sinistcha sometimes needs setup to be like a big threat. And it's also more of a defensive-minded Pokemon, or like an endgame sweeper with Calm Mind.
Alright, next team.
Defensive core. So you obviously have Gliscor Aloe, which is very annoying to deal with. You add to that Mega Scizor, Sinistcha, and Makalola, and even some Miltank sets. Yeah, like the defense is not gonna be easy to break through, especially since there's no huge type weaknesses except for flying. While Coco can take a flying hit, it is not a very bulky Pokemon, so you will have to watch out for that. But you have like enough high stat mons to like take a hit. Like for example, Muk will take a Hurricane, AV Aloe will take a Hurricane, Gliscor will take a Brave Bird and stuff. It's not ideal every time, but you have to live with what you have to live with sometimes.
Right.
Reina, run down the support real quick.
Alright, so for the supportive roles, we unfortunately do not have Encore, sadly, which is one of the favorites. But we do have Healing Wish and Wish support on Aloe, which Healing Wish is immensely good. Clears statuses and will come in. It'll guarantee basically one of your guys comes back even with that. We have great Nox support with the Mukalola, and the Scizor to support the hazards that the Gliscor sets down. And we have pretty good Thunderwave support. And then we also have pretty good momentum to support getting in like the Terrakion, the Latios.
Yeah.
So yeah, the team supports for like the goal. This seems to be like a momentum and hazard focused team. It supports itself really well, except for like the lack of rapid spin.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing like and that kind of hurts a lot. Especially when like a lot of your guys like the Latios, the Coco, the Scizor, they really want that extra hazard chip to get a lot of mons in range. So that kind of hurts that you have to, if you need to remove hazards, you have to take away your own hazards. But the team supports overall what it wants to do well enough.
We also have like screens on the Coco to help like something set up, like the Latios or the Gliscor if needed be. The one thing to maybe mention is that this team does not have anything to click Will-O-Wisp, so all your burns will be on off chances.
Yep. I'd also like to put
The
out
team's
to
pretty
recommend
physically
support.
bulky. It's like a lot of its bulk is physically lopsided. Is a lot more physically lopsided. So I don't think the lack of Willow hurts it, but it's not like the worst.
Yeah, it's not the worst on this team specifically, but it still does hurt. Yeah, but that is Spike's team at number 12. Next up, we come to Arrow, and for some reason his logo is very fucked up.
Dude, that lantern has seen some shit.
Exactly.
Oh, he's so chopped.
So,
Please take him to a barber, please.
so for typings, we're missing Ice and Bug in non-essentials and normal, which can sometimes be nice. But you have T-Tar, which is a great ghost type switch in. Speed tiers look pretty good, except for the gap between Excadrill and Infernape, which sometimes might even be worse because it might be a gap between Infernape and Regidrago because of the Samrush Excadrill sets. So that speed gap is pretty big. Hazard setting wise, you're set up pretty good. You have spikes on Skarmory, you have rocks on a lot of mons, and you have T-spikes on the Toxapex. You have a good spinner in Excadrill. Defog is only on Skarmory, so sometimes hazards might be annoying for you to remove. Because sometimes you will live under the 4 move slot syndrome of Excadrill and Sand, where you need Sword Stance and then 3 attacking moves, so you cannot run Rapid Spin, so that might suck sometimes. Momentum's also pretty bad on this team, as your only 2 momentum mons are Infernape and Raikou. Now then,
go study your key test.
okay. Roy, why don't you
Taco from the
run
core?
down the offensive core?
Yep, I can run on the offensive course. So, offensively, physically, they've got Mega Skarmory, which hits like a truck. You got Infernape, you got Extra Jill, Niche Regidrago set, Tyranitar, and Niche Tangrowth set. And especially, you've got Spectria, Raikou, Infernape, Regidrago, Niche Tyranitar sets, Niche Tangrowth sets, and Hatterene as well. Lots of powerful offense on this team, and not all of it needs set up as well. Some of it does, but there is definitely some mons here that can just basically start nuking teams right from the off. Like Spectria. Raikou also is very good, and Mega Skarmory, while it doesn't really have an ability in the singles, very powerful mon that can easily break through teams.
Yeah, Reyna, why don't you run out the defenses?
And so for the defensive core, we got Mega Skarmory, who both is just a very versatile mon. It could both take offensive and defensive roles. We have the double regen with the Pex and the Tangrowth. So this team does have a lot of longevity. It's also gonna have, like, if you bring a bulky Tyranitar, it's gonna be able to take a good amount of special hits that are not like fighting moves. And then Hat, if it comes bulky, can take a good amount of hits as well. The team unfortunately kind of like relies on it relies on Skarm and Tangrowth a lot for mainly the big ground type disparity here. And like if you fight a ground type with like fire coverage, if you fight a ground type with fire coverage, I think it might be a little difficult to defend against that. And then there's also the only ghost resistance T-Tar. While T-Tar can't take the hits well. It can take ghost hits very well. If like a ghost type like just wisp it, or like if for some reason you're fighting specifically Annihilate, it's gonna be rather difficult. So the ghost
Every single one of these teams are like Annihilate weak.
I know. Oh, but anyway,
To be fair, that offensive typing is just very great.
the defensive typing is great, yeah. But anyway, bullshit about Annihilate beside him. But yeah, like this has a lot of like it has a fat double regen core, and then like other mons that can spec into bulky roles if they need to. So like the defensive core is really solid. It's actually gonna be like pretty hard to break down this team, except that it's like a bit passive, so it probably can get set up on.
Yeah. One thing I think is great about defensive core is that the Tangrowth and Toxapex being there can free up the Tyranitar and Skarmory to more offensive sets oftentimes.
For sure, yeah.
Taco, why don't you run down the support?
Okay, so obviously like the knockout support is very good. Like we have like
I
a
muted
goated
him because
offensive
he's
one.
not his mic and there's mad talking.
What?
Support.
Wait.
He has Hatterene.
He's
healing.
talking. Dakota, he's talking.
Oh,
Oh, wait, what? Oh,
No.
I mute him. Oh shit, my bad. My bad.
Nice.
I thought I muted him because of his background noise. My bad.
This
Or
is
just- I
literally
muted
what
him.
Israel does.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay.
My
Wait.
bad.
Okay.
If this video gets taken down, guys,
Okay.
you know why.
Because of
Alright,
Dracono.
so obviously you have like, okay, obviously Expectrier does the shit.
He just texted his
Okay,
homies
okay.
at APAC.
Oh no, Palantir drone is coming his way. Okay, but
Netanyahu, please keep away from me, you weird fuck.
Enough with the dark jokes.
I'm a well-behaved puppy. Okay, I've earned to be killed. Okay, so
We actually gonna
Come
go
on.
over the support of the team.
bro, let me go. No. Okay, so Spectre is obviously like a really good one. Like, obviously, like it's infamous for like the ghost spam, but I feel people also forget like, damn, this thing has like a shit ton of moves. Taunt with Balone is like extremely obnoxious. Balone, you also throw in sub when you throw in, what do you call it? What's the move? Disable into the mix if you also want. You got to go for more niche options if you want to break like really bulky, fat, normal like curse. Like, it sounds like a meme, but it's genuinely like a real set that I've used like a few times. That actually does work pretty well in the right matchup.
You've
If
used
you're running like a
Spectrier.
yes. Yes, to beat a fucking Terapagos and it worked. Pain Split is
Alright.
I don't think Pain Split is that great on this thing because it has such a big HP stat, but I feel like if you face like a mon with like a fat enough HP stat like fucking what's the one called? Ting Lu or something like that, Snorlax, I guess. I think that could also be a pretty cool thing. Protect Leftovers could also be like, cool on Spectre. I don't know why I'm blaming Spectre so much. Just love that thing. Skarmory obviously has like all like the normal utility of Skarmory, just like way faster. Like you have dual hazards, you can be like a really solid offensive spiker, you also have like a fast taunt. Defog actually I think the thing actually doesn't mind running defog because it's so fast that you don't actually like lose that much. Also like giving a Spadef also can help you defog on stuff that you normally wouldn't. Ape obviously really good mix attacker. I've changed my mind a lot on Ape. I feel that thing can really help. Although you can also run cool slash like lead sets with stealth rocks. Does it get Endeavor? I don't remember if it does.
It does.
Anyone of Ape? Okay, okay. Then yeah. Sash Endeavor set's also pretty cool. Pad is obviously like a really good support mod, just with like a Nuzzle and Magic Bounce alone. That mod is super annoying. Obviously, like Pex and Tangros have a lot of cool utility, like knockoff. Both have knockoff. Tangros has some like Stun Spore and Stun Spore, that's what it's called. Stun Spore and Sleep Powder. I think both are really cool. Leech Seed sets are annoying. I guess every mon gets toxic, but I mean, yeah, toxic Tangros is also cool. Oh, Tangros doesn't actually get that much support now that I think about it, but it's still annoying. Pex obviously gets a lot, like knockoff, Scald, Haze, Baneful Bunker, T Spikes.
Yeah, there's also some other
anything else?
stuff to mention, like you have dual screens on this team. You have Healing Wish from Hatterene, and obviously the T-Tar with the Sand supports the Excadrill in the offensive department to enable its ability.
Oh yeah, being able to break on Sashes, like pretty much make Sashes like obsolete. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but that is Arrow's team at number 11. Next up, we have Luster. Reina, why don't you start us off since you're a Luster Glazer?
Yo, how did I get in here? Okay. So for the basics, we have two great rockers with the Empoleon and the Lando, as well as spike support. The hazard removal situation, we are only defog, but it's okay because the team doesn't really aim to like hazard stack like that. It's really just gonna be operating on rocks most of the time. The speed tiers, they're solid. There's like no like significant speed gaps. Um, for the relevant types, we have a ground. What are we missing? I guess we don't have a rock type, but like, who cares? It's a
We're
rock.
missing Rock, Ice, Grass, and Ghost.
Okay. None of those are too really relevant to what the
Let's get Sinister,
team
man.
wants to achieve.
We're not taking enough.
I will say though, like the normal type's not real because it's Ditto, but it's like I guess it's like you need like a Brion's gonna be holding it down when you need a Shadow Ball switch in. Not great. The momentum support is pretty good because you have the infamous Lando M pivot core, as well as you have the Keldeo, who will be a fast pivot with like a scarf if it needs to be. It could be one of those. It probably is the premier scarfer of the team, and then you have another fast pivot in Zeraora. So you have a pretty solid pivot core. Yeah, the team is just pretty strong, like on basic grounds.
Yeah. Roy, why don't you talk about the offenses?
Yeah, so the offensive core, let's have a look. It's been a bit slow. The offensive core, we got Zeraora, We've got niche Scolipede sets, got Mega Latios, can be a physical mon, Entei, Lando T, and then you've got niche Zero Aura sets, Mega Latios, Keldeo. Emilio hates on that mon, but he's wrong. Keldeo's great. Niche Entei sets if you really want to. Lando T can also do special sets, Togekiss, and some Empoleon sets as well. Pretty good
Yeah.
power physically and specially. Better on the special side, I think, but
Yeah. One big thing to mention though that is that the Ditto is more of an offensive mon, as it's going to be impostering into offensive mons 90% of the time if it comes, so it will just take over the offensive threat of the opposing team.
agreed. Like that will not be coming to be defensive. It's there to basically steal your like boosts.
Yeah. For defensive core, we have Umbreon, Empoleon, Togekiss, Lando, and some niche Entei sets, I would say, because Entei actually has pretty passable bulk.
Yeah.
The big core obviously is Lando T and Empoleon, as they cover each other's weaknesses perfectly. And you even have something like the Togekiss and Umbreon to get back HP on the Lando, which doesn't have natural recovery. And obviously, we know Empoleon gets through, so Empoleon is fine on its own. Weaknesses wise, there's no weaknesses that are like very huge to mention. Most of the types are covered pretty well. Ghost is obviously like Umbreon is your only switch in, and if it's like a shit Umbreon mashup, you're just gonna have it there for only being the Ghost type switch in. Otherwise, you're very fine on defense.
Or if you fight the Annihilate.
If you fight the Annihilate again.
Okay, can we just move on to Marshadow?
Yeah.
Let's move on to Marshadow.
Dakota, why don't you talk about the support real quick?
Oh, I'm back. All right. Yeah,
Welcome back.
Encore, I guess, on Togekiss, which isn't the worst name. It's nothing like too crazy. Memento Latios, if you want to lie to yourself and say you're running that. Heal Bell on Umbreon and Togekiss, which they can actually run, so that's kind of real. Taunt on fast mon, slow mon, mid speed and fast. So yeah, good taunt support, good knockoff support. Will-O-Wisp on Entei, but like you're just clicking Sacred Fire. Let's be serious. And then T-Wave on the other mons, and then everything gets toxic. Outside of everything gets toxic. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much else to say for real. It's a pretty straightforward supportive core. I guess he has Volt Switch immunity, but that kind of goes into defensive core too. But like Volt Absorb, I guess, so you can heal.
Yeah.
Taunt knockoff, yeah, that's just like a pretty solid, a solid 7 out of 10 support.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, but it obviously gets the job done.
Yeah, like some obvious big ones is like the Umbreon Togekiss helping like the Lando stay alive.
Yeah, Wish passing is very good for Lando.
Yeah. And one more niche thing to mention on the support is actually the Ditto, because Ditto does kind of help in prep because it makes opponents not want to run setup sweepers as much.
Yeah, that is true.
But yeah, that is Luster at number 10. At number 9 we have Skyhops. Taco, why don't you get us started off here?
Yeah, sure. So I feel like obviously like having double 142 speed is honestly pretty cool. Like I think another place where all the top speed went. I will admit though, there's I think there's a noticeable speed gap between Screamtail and the Ren, but I also do feel Screamtail isn't really that threatening offensively. You normally don't really want to run like that much speed on it.
Yep.
I guess only for like if you really want to encore something that's fast. Well, I feel like you do have like a pretty noticeable speed gap. That's like the first thing I noticed when prepared for this team. Another thing, this thing also has like really good special attack, special offense between Lando and Gren. Although I think Mega Gren especially can go pretty cool physical sets. Pulse obviously, I mean he's Pulse, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Gambit is also really cool. You can run Define tier, although I don't think you want it that much because you don't have like the best feathered stackers. 'Cause I feel like out of your 4 rockers, only one really wants to run it consistently. Screamtail.
Yeah.
Lando, I feel only if you're like maybe like nasty Paw Rocks, Rock College Rocks, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Gren. I also think Gren really struggles to fit in spikes, especially how Mega Gren always proteins after every use. I feel like you're like defense having both of your best defensive mon be port psychic is not a good thing. But and you also don't really have like the best dark switching to dark types. It's really only Gambit because Gren is not that bulky. And Gambit, like I feel a lot of dark types do have like some form of fighting coverage, which really sucks. Also, ghost types are really good.
Yeah.
Like yeah. I also feel like the defensive core in general is not like the best in the world. Although I will admit there was some cool shit you can do with Glow King, Chili Reception with Weather Ball, with Zapdos and Lando. I feel that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. You just seem also extremely ice weak. Like it's only Gambit like the real switching, and you're only real switching to what's the other thing I said only real switching to Dark. Arguably also to Ghost, and also like the fairy weakness is also definitely a really big issue.
Yeah.
I will admit, I think Trapinch is the one pointer has like I feel it exudes so much pressure that you wouldn't think of. Like listen, I know it sounds stupid, but like
It's
I at
so
least
much
kept
better
it
than
in mind while
Kamala.
prepping.
It's so much better than
Like
Kamala.
We'll come to a
it's
game. We'll come
genuinely
to
like
one game and do something, maybe two.
genuinely like I genuinely like considered like maybe bring Trapinch. Might have to like change some game plan. Oh, a spoiler I guess for my game, but he didn't bring Trapinch, so I didn't have to like resort to any other game plans. But yeah, I think that's like pretty much everything. It's like super offensive, but I think other than Screamtail and King, which I think are similar mons, didn't have like too much utility.
Yeah. For some of the typings that are missing, we're missing Ice, Rock, and Bug, which are not essential. Fighting is always nice to have for the offensive prowess fighting possesses. It's the same with like Fire. Fire is a nice to have because fairy resistance and the offensive power. And a normal type would be appreciated here. Your main switch into like ghost types is gonna be Gambit because Gren doesn't necessarily like taking hits. Yeah. The offensive core is obviously very strong on this team. You have Dragapult and Greninja, which are both very versatile offensive mons. You have Landorus Eye as well, which yes, it likes running the Sheer Force special set a lot more, but it can run physical very viably as it's still 125 in that stat. King Gambit, which threatens physically as well. And as mentioned before, the Slow King helps the Zapdos be a massive offensive threat because suddenly you're facing a Bolt Beam Zapdos. And as we've established, Bolt Beam is nasty.
Yep.
Or should I fall asleep? Where were we?
We
Oh
were
my-
just going over the offense.
We're on Skyhouse. We're on Skyhouse.
Yeah. Right now, why don't
Or
you
should
take the
Shadow
defenses?
next this team?
All right, so the defensive core, we have defensive Zapdos, which is a viable bring bond. A structure like this team is going to be mostly offensive. We have the Glow King and the Screamtail. Glow King, an excellent defensive on. It's going to come in. It's going to click Chili. We all know what Glow King does at this point. Screamtail is mainly just going to be coming in on. It's just gonna come out a bunch of like fighting moves, really. I don't know. It's just a fat mod. It's just a fat mod that's gonna click Rocks and Wish. It's like we have some fat backbone. There's also King Gambit who can like run some like AV sets, but like this thing is AV or Chopo locked like 95% of the time, or Black Glasses because every fighting coverage will blow this thing's back out. But this team has like some defensive mods. I'm not gonna acknowledge Eldegoss, so I'm just gonna get that out of the way. But anyway. This team has some defensive mods, but it definitely is like the only point of the defensive mods, like the Glow King or the Screamtail, is like just to enable the more offensive mods. Like they're not really gonna be like taking a bunch of like hits. I don't know. It's just like there's enough defense to support the overwhelming offense. Like that's just how I see it.
Yeah. While we are speaking on like the support, Roy, why don't you get into it?
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Let me have a look now. So I just got a text. Okay. So for the support on Skyhawk's team, you've got one knockoff there, which to be fair isn't the best one. It's Lando I.
You have two. King Gambit has knockoff too.
King Gambit, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, because national dex. So King Gambit is a very good one, so that will run knock off quite easily. Decent Tortoise. no heal bell or aromatherapy mod. You do have Will-O-Wisp and Thunderwave support, and while Will-O-Wisp is only on one mod, it's a good Will-O-Wisper. You do have a Great Wisher and Screamtail, and honestly, fast Encore Screamtail can be an absolute menace to society, kind of like Taco and Skyhops when they're together. Also got decent pivoting as well to get things in. Hazard support's good as well. Yeah, pretty decent support to be fair. And also the chili reception does support as well.
Yeah, one thing to mention though, there is aromatherapy on the Eldegoss. Yes, Eldegoss is very fake, but technically there is aromatherapy.
Okay, I did not know Eldegoss got aromatherapy. It has actually 3 moves it can run now.
Has 3 moves, so true. Come on,
Wait, what are the 3 moves?
Rapid spin.
Leech seed. Aromatherapy.
4 moves. It gets synthesis as well. 4 moves.
Exactly. I was gonna talk about
Leaf powder.
Sims.
I think it's Leaf Storm with a jetpack.
Oh.
It probably gets. I think it gets U-turn actually. To be fair, no, it doesn't get U-turn.
Anyways, yeah, that is Scop's team at number 9. Now we jump to Jakoto's team at number 8. Jakoto, why don't you glaze yourself a little bit?
He didn't draft Mega Fragator to Fords.
Right, my bad. I draft. Okay, basics. I got a bunch of rock options. Shout out my cargo. No spikes, unfortunately.
Shout out
I got some T
Macargo.
spikes.
Oh my.
You have spikes.
I got a defogger. Wait.
You have a Sam.
Oh yeah, I have Sam. Sam Jesus. Sorry, I forgot he's on my team. I got defog, Florigis, and Rapid Spin Tentacle, which is for me enough to pilot a whole season. I have a lot of momentum, which is like kind of typical in my structures. Honestly, less than normal though, I would say. Let's
hard
see. I
character
got
in
my
that
ground
cartoon.
type. I have like every type outside of like Ghost. That's like important. I don't got a bug type, but like whatever, you know, it is what it is. Like okay. Yeah, my basics are pretty solid. My cargo kind of like messes up my type chart, but he's just the mascot, bruh. So it is what it is.
Do you have any
You want me to talk about
copycat
my
mons?
whole team?
Jakoto, do you have any copycat mons?
I think Delphox gets copycat. Yo, that's some
Copycat Dire
Oh.
Claw.
Oh, there you go. Copycat Mega Delphox after the jetpack, Shell Smash Cargo. Let's go.
Samrod also gets copycat.
Oh, see, that Macargo has a use.
If I had a Final Gambit squad, I would just run Final Gambit. What's it called? Final Gambit copycat? I've seen that happen before. Anyways, do you want me to
didn't
talk about
Joey
my
do
whole
that one
team?
season?
Like offense and everything? Or
Yeah, you
I mean,
talk.
yeah, you can just run down your whole
But-
team, to be fair.
Wait, Ben, I need to rejoin on my phone. Give me a sec.
Okay.
okay, my offensive core, I probably think is actually no, I know for a fact is the strongest part of my team. I've played my week 1 game, so I would like reserve thoughts, but I like reserve too much emotion. But I have a Delphox Mega, obviously. Really big off special threat. We have Sneasler, we have Rillaboom, we have Samisu, we have Mamo, we have on the occasion Heatran, although he did disappoint me and I have trauma from 1 season. It's okay though. Florigis is pretty solid and I'm not gonna lie about the Dunsparce. It gets like high base power moves though.
I would
Yeah,
say
my
on this
offense
team,
is
the
kind
is
of
not really
crazy.
there to be offensive. It's there to be defensive. I think it can do it, but I think your offense is going to go out it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
that's why I
only
said
gripe
I wasn't gonna glaze it.
there's like only one gripe about your offense, I would say, and that is that your 2 main special attacker, like your 2 strongest special attackers, are actually both mons that love spamming their fire type attacks.
Yeah, but they both get good cover, like solid coverage. So it's like what? Yeah, like it's whatever, I guess.
Yeah, like,
It's enough. It's like definitely
yeah,
enough.
yeah,
And,
it's enough. It's like
and they both create enough pressure for Sneasler to like end game clean.
oh yeah, it's a hard it's like a hard gripe. Like it's not like something that it's double fire type special offense, so your only offense is shit.
No, yeah, I thought about that too, but the Heatran's typing is so good defensively. It's like
And also as well,
what it
because of
is.
Mammo's squad, you've got freeze dry in case you face a walking wake trying to wall the fire types.
Bro.
Yeah, That's just probably never happening. But shout out to you for that.
Freeze Dry does one shot of walking weight on Mamoswine, trust.
I know,
'cause
and
that's a
also
legit count.
one taps Pelipper.
I know from Wellspring.
I was gonna say something. My set of mons are just like kind of insane. And I'm really just talking about the 2 top speeds. Those guys are kind of crazy. Oh, my ground weakness. I guess we can pivot to defensive core now. Defensive core. To be honest, physically, I'm like very lacking. I make up for it like with like resistance and stuff. But my special defense is pretty solid. Like obviously I have Florges, Heatran, Tentacruel, and like if in Fizz Def, I'm like relying on also Heatran and like Tentacruel for like just because of its typing though, not even because of like its actual Fizz Def. The water poison typing is very good. I guess Mammo can be bulky at times, so can Rillaboom. With AV sets or stuff or things of that nature. This is definitely the weakest part of my team, but it feels pilotable, and it's like I'm leaning more towards like aggression with this draft. It feels like, or setting up for like endgame. It's kind of like a typical draft. I don't really run terrain. Oh, the ground weakness is like less prominent, like
That's
slightly
one
less
bad.
prominent because things can't spam EQ into me because of the grassy terrain. They kind of have to click high horsepower or whatever. So that kind of makes up for like the ground weakness that looks crazy, which to be fair only looks crazy because of Macargo also being there. But
To be fair, I think the ground weakness is still valid without the Macargo, but Rillaboom helps cover that a lot.
yeah, the
Just
grassy
get
terrain
Totodile left.
that's a insane. I already have a chip with Totodile.
Okay, get Crocodile.
I have a chip with Crocodile.
Oh my god.
Support. For support, I have fast Encore and like a mid speed Encore. I have taunt users and like a good taunt users on top of that. Heal Bill, dash aromatherapy, Florges, wish passing as well. Which is all very good. And then also obviously grassy terrain is naturally supporting because it just provides
So
like free lefties.
you know how you
Will-O-Wisp.
said you know how you said that your offense is your best part. I think the support is the best part. I think the team supports itself very well. I think the support is better than the offense here, and in a good way. Like not just in the offense. I think the support is fantastic on this team. Glare support as well.
Oh yeah, I do have the Dunsparce for Glare. I've never clicked Glare a day in my life, so it's a new year.
Nice time to
Yeah,
start.
I'm
there's
ever
a
clicking
dog.
Glare. You said what, Callum?
I hear a dog.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Yo,
Let the
honestly,
that's crazy.
I don't think my team is like anything like crazy. It's just like good. Like, yeah.
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 But yeah, that was Jakoto's little talk about his team. We jump to number 7 now, which is Hamburger. Roy, why don't you as the Brit take the other Brit?
Okay, so let me get the screen back up that I had. Okay, so Hamburger, starting with the basics. Looking at the team, the only types they are missing is they're missing a bug type. That does not matter. Psychic type does not matter unless you're a Dawson who needs to have Tapu Lele. And no ice type, and no electro. Electro type can be useful for certain resistances, but it's not a big deal most of the time. Just making sure what types their mons are. Okay, no worries. And then also their speed tiers look pretty solid. Hazards, not the strongest, but not the worst. They've got 2 stealth rockers, one that's a very good one that's a low tier one that will come sometimes. 2 spikers, one that's again a defensive one that can bring spikes easily, one that's an offensive one but can run it as well. No toxic spikes. Not the worst thing, not the end of the world. Removal is iffy a bit. Like so, rapid spin Blastoise is a good rapid spinner. I'm just leaving as well as I start talking. Jesus Christ. Rapid spin Blastoise, and then also like default Noivern, which is fine. I mean, I've seen worse ones. It's not the best, not the greatest. Momentum is all right on this team again. You got 4 basically like momentum ons in Urshifu. 5, sorry. Everyone gets part and shot. You also got Noivern, Ogerpon, and Blastoise. So basics are alright. There is some weaknesses on type chart, but they do have the main types. Maybe like an electric type would help a little bit.
Yeah. Onto the offenses. Like physically, you have Urshifu Rapid Strike, Ogerpon, and Rhyperior, which all hit very hard. Especially like Shifu and Ogerpon offensively as a combination is very nice. Especially you have Mega Floette and Chiyu, which are also two mons that are very hard to wall in general. So the fact that you have to run a Spadefmon that has to try and beat both of them is gonna be an issue. And then you have some niche sets with like the Noivern, the Nasty Plot Pecharunt, and obviously Shell Smash Blastoise to cover for both offensive sides as well, because physical Shell Smash Blastoise is also very nice. So yeah, tricky team to beat defensively. Taco, why don't you talk about the defenses of this team?
Oh, give me a sec. I'm busy right now. Someone else.
Okay, Reina.
Oh, the defense of this team. The Floette is fat. There's like the Floette, the Pecharunt, which is obviously probably the premier defensive piece on this team. We have bulky Blastoise, and then we also have Ferrothorn, and Rhyperior. So there's a lot of like fat guys on this team. Mainly the Pecharunt and the Ferrothorn would be like the main like defensive guys on the team. But then there are also like a bunch of like bulky offensive guys that can pivot into defensive roles, like the Rhyperior and the Floette. And then a lot of these bulkier guys, they're just like not doing anything. It's like the Rhyperior and the Ferrothorn will set hazards, and then the Petra and the Blastoise will just pivot into like the Chiyu, the Urshifu, and the Ogre, the Floette that we were talking about earlier. So the team defensively is like fine.
Yeah.
That was my thing. I don't know if you're waiting for me to like finish, but that was the
yeah. For support, we obviously have some nice support tools on this team. Hazard support is not that good. Momentum support is pretty solid. We have Encore. We even have Fast Encore in the Ogerpon. We have a Memento, and we have Healing Wish. We have Heal Bell. We have some good taunt Pokemon. We have two mons that actually like running knockoff in the Ogerpon and the Ferrothorn. We have Will-O-Wisp. We have T-Wave. I don't know if we have screens. I think we at least have Light Screen, but I don't know if we have Reflect on this team.
I feel like maybe. Oh, let me have a look.
Anyways, one nice thing though is that sometimes like Floette obviously will run Light of Ruin Moonblast, and then like the rest of his move slot is pretty freed up. So sometimes you can run Wish or like Wish on the Audino to help some of your non-recovery defensive mons, in the sense that hey, you get HP back.
You can also probably run like Moonblast training kits too if you don't need like the nuclear power.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben?
Yeah?
Did you know Chiyu gets Reflect and Light Screen?
That's interesting.
It's never running. It is never running that.
No. If you're facing a Roaring Moon, you can run Reflect, Light Screen, Ruination, fourth move.
Dude, just run Lava Plume or Wisp.
Just run Wisp at that point, like.
Yeah, Wisp, good point, yeah. Wisp, Ruination, Light Screen, Reflect. Brilliant, thank you.
That's the worst set of all time, just drop.
Anyways.
See, Ben, I told you I was going to rage bait you. I was going to rage bait someone else.
Anyways, yeah, after rage baiting, on to the next team. Next up, we have P. McGee. Taco, Rain Team, go.
Alright. I feel like the top speed is like a bit fake because Regieleki is so fast, no one respects it. Like it like loops back to being so fast, no one gives a shit and just doesn't even bother outspeeding it. Dark Trio, I mean, like, okay, I was gonna say they're slow ground. I mean, Claydol is your other ground. It's not the best, but I feel Claydol is fine. But I do feel Dark Trio is like your real top speed is also not the best thing in the world. But I think it's kind of safe because you have two like insanely strong priority in first impression, Slither and Jet Punch, Palafin. I also feel even though I feel like Obsti isn't like the best mon ever, I feel like it's like 7 points, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I feel like that's honestly, I think that's especially like a Guts guy and as a Dark type. I feel that's really good. Not illegal. I think it's a lot of really cool, support. T spikes, knock, can run like a little more special Meteor Beam. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like any way to hit steel type. No earth power, if I remember correctly, right?
Again,
Moltres is obviously a really good mon. Well, like I fuck with Moltres heavy, obviously, like really
Yeah.
good pivot stuff like that. Wisp support too, or Caludon, especially now that it's cheaper. I think it's actually fine to pick up outside of range. You can run like Power of Electroshot. You also have like a really good rocker. It's like pretty like really fat and bulky.
yeah.
Obviously, good AV guy. You get T Wave. You get Foul Play, Dragon Tail, I believe. Roar too. There's another move I'm probably forgetting. You get Body Press. Mega Meganium, I feel is like really now that like it's not VGC and now like every fucking fast poison type is in like running the format. I feel like it's also really solid, especially with everything they got.
Yeah.
Pelipper, I was gonna say. I feel like Pelipper makes sense with our Caludon and Pelipper. Oh wait, actually, I lied. I guess our Caludon is in rain. I just looked at the last modern.
Yeah, I was
But,
about to mention that because you just kept running about our
Yeah.
Caludon, no
It's
rain.
like-
I'm
To be
like, there's a
fair-
Pelipper right there,
Look-
but
Honestly, I think it also synergizes kind of well with Moltres.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I will admit though that I still feel it might be a bit of a waste of points when you're not running any Swift Swimmer or anything like that. I mean, but I guess Regieleki pretty much is your Swift Swimmer. Although
Yeah.
if I'm being
to be fair, you also have
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Rain Booster, Choice Band, Palafin.
Yeah, I will say this. Yeah, this is just like sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I do think not having a Swift Swimmer does feel a bit odd.
Yeah. Like for the offenses, like the special offense is obviously very good. You have Mega Meganium, which can work in any weather and still do its thing because of Mega Soul. Like Archalon obviously works great in rain. Moltres works great in rain, and you have Nihiligo. Physically is where we have a little bit of a fall off because yes, you have Slitherwing and Palafin in rain is obviously a monstrous attacker, but like your Slitherwing is not coming to every match, and after that it's like a drop off to like the next best physical attacker being Guts Obstagoon, which yes isn't bad, but it's still like a mon that is plagued by its shitty typing.
Yeah, and then it's also like, or you're doing like Mega Meganium Swords Dance sets, which are kind of copium.
Yeah, like Ductria can hit on the physical side if needed be, because its job is to trap something and kill that, and that's it. So yeah, like you can definitely get some physical use out of like Obstagoon and Ductria, but like it's mostly going to be Palafin and Slitherwing, obviously. The defensive core is also like very interesting because you have a defensive core that is not that appreciative of rock moves. Yes, you have Archalon, of course, to take care of rock moves. But like, for example, like Glamora that will just, instead of clicking the rock move on the Archalon, will just Earth Power you, is going to obviously be an issue. In a matchup like that, you will have to bring Claydol, which, yes, Claydol is like a good low tier mon, but it's not something you want to necessarily run.
Yo, did you guys talk about the speed tier gap?
The speed tier gap, you mean the one between 120 and 200, or which one?
103.
I already talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fake if I'm being honest.
Yeah, the 103 to
It's
120.
top speed, I think.
Wait, is there a gap? I don't actually know.
No. I just think though Trio and Regieleki are kind of fake speed. That's my big issue.
Alright, yeah, no, there is no gap. My bad. 103 is pretty fast.
Oh, I will admit, I think Plato has some really unique sets that it can run that people don't consider, like the Weakness Policy Rock Polish set with Stored Power. I think it's very underrated. Yeah, it's like I'm being serious. I'm not like shitting. I promise.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it.
But
Yeah?
Right,
Cool.
so,
Roy,
No.
Reyna,
no one say anything.
Reyna, take the support.
Yeah,
Alright,
sorry,
so for
I was also fine.
Alright, so the support we have Encore on Palafin. Palaf's actually a really like nice Encore user sometimes because usually just Encore something and then it sets up itself. And if it gets set up in this rain mode, it might just end the game with just pure fucking jet punch. But usually in this team, I probably want to just mash rain boosted woes. The mostly supports itself through the rain mode, which the rain mode obviously supports the Archaludon, supports the Palafin, supports the Moltres, so it can run Hurricane without the risk of missing. You also have knockoff
Actually,
support.
You actually have also have really good water killers for Palafin. I just realized, like Mega Meganium and
Yeah, it's like it also has like
yeah,
Meganium,
Reggie and
etc.
Archaludon. I think
And then
I think Yeah.
And then our Chaldon also switches in on water moves for free, and then just threatens it out with Electroshot. We also have great Thunder Wave spam. Yeah, great Thunder Wave spam. We have Taunters. We have Screens Alecki to set up for the bunch of miscellaneous bullshit on this team. And I do mean I'm talking about the Palafin to get in the Nihi for setup opportunities. So yeah, the support on this team is actually really nice. It it like supports itself in a multifaceted ways, allowing it to be like a very like prep heavy, like a prep tax heavy team.
Yeah. Yeah, that is PMake 6.
Color scheme is good.
Callum, talking about
Okay,
color
bro.
scheme. It's you.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, it's easily the best looking team in the entire CPL season, whatever this one is.
Translating. I'm lying.
Me when
Nice.
it's okay to lie.
Alright, so yeah. I think I did the speed tiers fine. There's good hazards, good hazard clearing. I forgot rapid spin, don't really need it. Me and Luster were like old school, we only do defog.
Yeah.
But this whole team is designed to like assist Mega and Bor to get to #1 kill leader.
Okay.
Did you just come into this going like I need to handicap myself somehow? How do I do this? Let's make Mega Embol goods.
No, Mega and Bor is
Okay.
good. Look at the stats. 110 HP. The defense isn't amazing, but I can work with it. It gets bulk up. Spid F once again really good with that HP. It's probably bulkier than Deoxys defense on the special side. And it has a really high attack stat with powerful moves. So we have close combat. It does get close combat now, right?
Yeah, it gets
Pretty
close
sure.
combat, it gets Flare Blitz for high base set
It
moves.
gets
And
like
so,
dead
for
smash.
example, you can
Yeah.
flare blitz heat ram, for example.
Yes, I can indeed flare blitz heat ram, but I will never do that. Yes. So we have a grounded poison type in Iron Moth,
Yeah.
and the whole idea with the team was to facilitate Embor sequences that are good. So the way it does that is mainly through screens. There's like multiple screens users throughout the team, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there is.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Tank, Rotom Wash, Latias.
Bronzong.
And
Bonzo?
so we have multiple mons to put on screens. So Embor under screens is essentially unkillable because it just does one bulk up and then it just goes on a roll. It's super strong, really hard to stop. And the thing is, it kind of beats its own checks. Like, if you watch my game for week 1, like it weakens things like Tapu Fini for itself and then comes back with the Healing Wish and then does the same thing again.
Yeah.
But I know there are going to be games where Embor isn't really going to shine, so I think the team otherwise is also pretty solid.
Yeah, like
Yeah, overall the team.
like you for sure have options outside of the M board. Like you have a Meowscarada, which obviously with a band is an amazing attacker. Zygarde, which can set up or just run choice band. Especially you also have Iron Moth, like set up Latias and stuff. So yeah, I think
Yeah, I can commit to other screen teams that don't really use Embor. Like I can do something like a screen team with some kind of CM, Latias, Iron Moth, Zygarde, a Screen Mon, maybe like a Nasty Blood Rotom under screens. So I have like other ways to play the team, but it is more geared to be offensive, and I'm pretty sure this is the only team that you guys have that doesn't have a red marker on the left. That was also something I was looking at. Like I don't want a red mark on my type weaknesses.
I think mine also didn't, to be fair.
But are you in Clodsire?
no.
No, forget.
Okay.
Didn't think so. And the team plays fine without screens as well. There's a
Damn it.
really
Man, I just called you a bitch. You letting that slide? Damn.
dude, pull the mic out of your asshole. Jeez.
I'm Mexican. Some of my powers, man.
Oh yeah, no, all the other teams have a red on them.
Yeah, but I feel like the team the team really excels around the fact that it's a very bulky team, so not easy to break, and obviously the screens even make that team excel more in that. Like outside of like some stuff, obviously like having like some better support moves in some cases. Like the screens are obviously very big here in the main focus. So I think
I think T-Wave. I will say T-Wave support and City Webs are quite good here as well.
Oh yeah.
Because Mega Emerald's not the fastest, so that does help quite a lot as well.
Thunderwave isn't making it faster than too much. Also, the team plays perfectly fine without screens. Like, it has good favorable sequences with Meow always forcing a switch. Like, it doesn't always force a switch, but you get what I mean. Like, it puts you in a spot where
Yeah.
you have to either predict a banded flower trick or a U-turn. And whatever is resisting flower trick is not going to do well into a Specs Iron Moth or a banded Zygarde.
Yeah.
I love Latias. It does a bunch of shit. Like, it does Healing Wish, it does screens, it does setup, but it also just can like it can randomly come as a choice specs Dracomon, and it'll do good.
Yeah.
It'll do excellent.
Or
And
like
it'll also trick that specs later.
yeah,
and
or like
so
the
it's
weakness policy agility set is also very viable in it.
fun. Yeah. And so Valley is just glue. It does everything. Or Defox too, right?
Yeah, Defox
I
too.
think it's
Yeah, it
Defox
does have
Guardian
default.
Shots.
Dude,
Souls.
it needs Stealth Rock.
There's no way it gets Stealth Rock.
No,
No, I know, but I said it needs it.
I mean, it would be
Oh,
nice, but Savali sometimes
it-
runs us into 4 move slot syndrome already, so I think Stealth
Yeah.
Rocks will just make that worse.
Like, I used it as a Silvally Grass against a potential banded Zygarde. So
Yeah.
so Valley just makes sure every matchup has a win condition, or like every win condition for the opponent has an answer.
Yeah,
Probably even Annihilate. I'm pretty sure I could make Valley deal with Annihilate.
somehow, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
It always comes back to the Annihilate.
But yeah,
Yeah, I can make it
I
like
mean,
Fog.
just free Marshadow.
just bring Marshadow, yeah.
Oh yeah, Marshadow gets Poltergeist. That
Yeah.
would fuck it up.
Yep.
But yeah,
Do you know what? It's surprising. No one's drafted Marshadow. I don't know why.
but yeah, Callum's bulky screens Embor offense is on number 5. At number 4, we have his co-owner of Morpeko Madness, Aaron.
I fought this team this week.
Before we start, Aaron's a fucking Jew for this. I was supposed to do Red Judas, Aaron was supposed to do Blue Judas, but he went with the original one because he's a lazy bum.
He's a late.
Doesn't care about honesty or friendship or anything. He just wants his shit done easily.
So Reina,
I hope his boss fires him for like a week.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. Reina, since you fought this team week 1, why don't you get into it?
All right. So for the basics, we have we have 2 good rock setters with the Mega Glim and the Great Tusk. They will get them up if they need to. They're both pretty bulky. For spikes, we have Mega Glim again, the Hoger, and the Grin. And then so the hazard that has pretty good setting, and then for removal, we have the double spin of Tusk and Glamora again. And then we have Defog Illumise, which is not real, but you have 2 good spinners that can threaten most good spin blockers between the 2, so it's like it's fine. The speed tiers, they're good speed tiers. There's nothing crazy. There's like no crazy gaps. We have like every pretty much good typing that you need on a draft is covered. And then you don't have any like really agree. You have like 2 good resists for pretty much most of your weaknesses, except Ghost, which your only 2 resist are Kangaskhan, which is not real, and Greninja, which is not saving you from the Spectre. I hate
Okay.
to tell you this.
I will say this: Kangaskhan is not the worst mon in the world. Like it is.
Okay,
actually fine
we're
Pokemon.
not going into this.
No, hang on. Kangaskhan is bulky and does get scrappy, so it can. It is a ghost hunter. It's not an ideal one.
Okay, but is it
yeah.
saving you against the Spectre? Like, is it saving you against the Spectre?
Yes, because I will run Scrappy Facade. Goodbye, Spectria.
I don't believe that.
Some
That's actually one of the few ones that
gotta
actually low-key that does actually beat a Spectre, to be fair.
there is one thing I would like to mention about this team in the category of basics, which is also a little bit of a defensive thing. This team does not have a flying type, and its ground type checks are Illumise and Ogrepon.
Yeah, that's actually
Ground type
much worse
situation
than the
is
base thing.
cooked. The ground type situation is pretty cooked. Illumise is not real.
Okay, but why
Okay,
is this
to
higher
be
than my
fair,
team?
Illumise, yeah, because
it
he's
has
got the
0.5 higher score than you.
Y'all
Yeah.
made that shit up.
Listen,
Y'all made
listen. I
y'all
would say
made that shit.
Aaron had the handicap of Rena constantly sniping him, being a bad friend and taking his shit.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, I got
y'all.
sniped. I got sniped as many times as him, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there.
Did Aaron snipe you?
Probably did. I was gonna take Tealpon, yes.
I'm going to tag Aaron right now and ask if he sniped you. 2 seconds.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I was planning to draft Tealpon at that point, yes.
Aaron, Rena said you sniped him. How did you respond? How do you respond? Alright,
I didn't
we'll wait
even
for Rena.
I sniped I only sniped him with Tor T. I only sniped him with Tor T, which he is greeting round 3 Tor T. It's like, what do you want me to do from that? Not take the round 3 Tor T?
Not to his whole team, be a good friend to Aaron. To be honest, I feel like you snipe him in every draft.
Dude, it's kind of funny.
Nah, Reina just.
I didn't even know he wanted Tor T. But anyway,
Reina just snipes people. Anyways,
He just only the orc. He only snipes the orc.
Yeah.
No one else.
While we already mentioned the ground type weakness, let's just get into the defensive core in general a little bit. The defensive core consists mostly of Metal, Sylveon, Slowbro, and obviously Great Tusk and Raging Bull can run some defensive spreads, and Kangaskhan is niche support defense as well. Some big things to mention about the type chart is obviously like the big ground type problem, which is mostly going to be has to be saved by Ogre and some niche Illumise stuff in 1 week or something. And the fairy type switch is also pretty cooked because Glim has like bulk. It's more of an offensive Pokemon. You don't want to risk that much HP loss on it. And Melmetal needs an AB to take less well.
I think the ground one is much worse than the ghost or the fairy one. The ground one is a lot more. Yeah, that's kind of
the ground one is fucking tough.
Yeah, the other ones are fine. Like Kangaskhan, well, I honestly not a lot of teams have ghost ban. Kangaskhan can answer a couple of them, and like fairy.
Kangaskhan was
I think that's
not
fine.
gonna help him against my Golden Go. I hate to tell you.
Goldengo's not one I'm answering with Kangaskhan. I really on that one. Goldengo's not the one I'm thinking of using it for. Like definitely.
Yeah. Now to the better part of the team, though. The offensive core. The offensive core is very
Jesus
great.
Christ! Everything on this team does damage. It's actually ridiculous. The Greninja, the Ogrepon, the Glamora, the Great Tusk, the Melmetal, the Raging Bolt. Okay, not the Illumise. The Illumise is not real.
Kangaskhan
But
with crappy facades.
Yeah.
That's not real either. But like every real mon on this team does damage.
Yeah. The funny thing is, if like not counting Illumise and Kangaskhan, every single mon on this team.
Counting or not counting Illumise balance.
Every single Pokemon on this team can run an offensive set somehow. Like even like a Trick Room Slowbro can be very dangerous if it gets a nasty plot up.
Yeah. I mean, Illumise can run Infestation, Protect, and that will slowly whittle stuff down, I guess.
Stop the rage baiting.
I think the only issue with this team, like offensively, is that's really bad at setting up sequences for like, if you have like a defensive like, actually, I guess that doesn't really work out. I just had fucking Clodsire, but it's like if you can't set up a sequence for like your defensive ground type comes in on Glamora and then does like, well, I guess most ground types want to be offensive into this team, and then this for the steel types, they can just have like Great Tusk. The great set up a sequence for Great Tusk to come in on the steel type for Glamora.
Or even Raging Bolt can come in on a steel type as well. I mean, for the ground types, if they had the Tornadus T,
Oh yeah.
Aaron said, "Why are you asking me such a stupid question? It's Rena. He clearly sniped me first and then continued to snipe me."
Oh fuck! This is bullshit. I only sniped him once. The whole draft.
Anyways, onto the support. Hazard support is obviously pretty good on this team. Like, you have enough hazard
Oh, yeah.
options to facilitate the offense of this team. Momentum is decent. Could be a little better. You have stuff like Memento on the Glamora in a niche case. You have Taunt. You have 2 good knock offers. You don't have Will-O-Wisp, which sometimes can be bad. But you have like Great Tusk and Metal Slowbro, which is like more than enough physical defense people ever need. T-Wave is nice. You have screens. You have Prankster Illumise, which can help in some situations, of course. And one big thing to mention is also the Wish support from Sylveon and Kangaskhan, which can help Great Tusk and Metal get back up, as they don't have natural recovery, so that can actually be nice to have them healthy again. But yeah, that is Aaron's team at number 4. And next up, we get into the guy that sniped him.
Yeah.
So not only did you
it's
snipe him off
me.
his taunt T, you sniped him off his third play.
Sucks to suck.
Also, start me the Rotom Heat. We should look execute on.
Oh, wait, hang on. To be fair, Win also doesn't have a red on their team either.
Yep, I'm the GOAT. Alright. Alright, let's get into it. So for the basics, hazard support, I have 3 setters. I have 3 rock setters with the Clef, the Clodsire, and the Duraludon, which is the Duraludon is real. That is a respectable low tier. And then we have spikes with Corner
No,
Pawn
from
and Clodsire,
experience, Ash, it's a genuinely real mon. I promise. It's like a great mon.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm a ball knower. But yeah.
Dude, brother was my only steal.
Kangaskhan's a real mon.
Okay,
Dude,
so
I
yeah,
only
we
have
have toxic spikes, but like that's not as important as the other 2. We have 3 removal options with 2 defog, 2 great defoggers on Torn and Rotom, as well as spin on Starmie, which unfortunately my spinner is Starmie.
It's fine.
The speed tiers are like fine, except there's like a minor speed gap in between like Corner Pawn and low kicks. But it's just like what's your actually no, the 100 speeds if you just greed on it, because low kicks usually doesn't run like that much speed because it just uses priority to kill things. So it's just like you can greed here, but like I can also just run speed on my low kicks if I need it for the 100 speeds.
I will say
I have pretty much.
on.
You go first, and then I'll finish my.
I will say this: the Ghost Sweetness is a little bit there, only because both of your dark and normal types are offensive ones. And while Lopon is a good mon, this is not me dissing the mons. Your dark type is an offensive mon. I actually don't really like low kicks here, to be honest. But this is like the 2.
Oh yeah, no, the ghost situation's cooked, but the dark type situation was also cooked. So I just did the best I could. If Luster didn't take Umbreon, if Luster didn't take the Umbreon, we would be seeing a much different pasture. But
this might be number 1 if that didn't get taken. Bombardier exists, I guess.
Bombardier, let's be serious. But anyway, my loss of Umbreon aside, yeah. As for like the types, I'm not missing any like anything that's actually too important. Like I have pretty much every type I need on this team.
You're missing ice only.
Who cares about ice types? They suck.
Yeah.
Like for like offensive purposes, but the only thing I needed ice type for offensive purposes is to beat like some birds that could be annoying for my top 3. But I have the Rotom Heat and the Corner Pawn for that. So
Can I ask a legitimate question?
sure.
What birds are struggling? Your top 3 are struggling with. I fail to see this.
Aptos.
Your top 3 does not throw anything. I don't think that much.
Aptos.
To be honest. That's like triple axle.
Me when I get static on the triple axle, I want to kill myself.
And then you have facade. You kill everything. You're fine. You also have heal bell, but yeah.
I do have heal bell on like 2 people, but yeah.
One of them
My
is
offensive core is just mainly consisted of the Lop, the Dango, the Ghost Fight offensive core, and I just have like a few other mons that can be offensive, like the low kicks, the Torn T, and the Corner Pawn. But I have like a few offensive mons. Well, like it's not actually too often. I'm just like mostly relying on to play my offense through the Goldengo, the Lop Bunny, and like whichever other offensive peeps I would need for that week.
I will go back to one thing you said. That you said that your rapid spin's a bit iffy. I think it's fine. You've got two great defoggers, and then you've got a good backup rapid spin. They can be offensive as well. I think that move was actually very good. Like I think Starmie's fine on this team. I like it as like a
Starmie's
backup
fine.
one.
I just if I need a has stack a week and my spinner's Starmie, I'm kind of sad. But
Yeah, well.
the defensive core, I have two fat unaware mons. I have Goldengo that can be defensive. I have Torn T that can also be another defensive Pokemon. I forget I wrote him Heat too. So yeah. I don't have really like defensive specialists except like Clodsire on the spit def side, but I do have a lot of mons that can take defensive roles very well.
Goldingo can do it as well. Like if you need to in a match, but it can be very
Yeah,
good defensively.
I did mention defensive Golden Go.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, but I mean
That's fine.
that like this is where like Duraludon like could be like a physical one, I guess,
Oh,
as
yeah.
well with EVO rates.
Oh yeah, Duraludon can also take defensive roles if I need it to.
I don't think specially it's taking it, but physically it can do. Just because it's like being part Dragon type means it like doesn't take fairy hits well.
With the EVO light, maybe it can get it done. Maybe, but like
Not the
yeah.
not the ones I'm thinking of. I think
AB
for those ones I'm thinking of,
Torti, it's your time. But yeah. And then for support, we have 3 encore users, we have 3 taunters, we have a bunch of knockoff, we have Rotom and Wisp, and every Pokemon on my team has Thunder Wave. Quite literally every Pokemon, except like obviously Clodsire, but and Lopix. But like, yo, I'm looking at 7 Thunder Waves. I'm like, yep. And also, you have good screens. You have
there is
good
one thing
screens,
I'm good.
Mons.
Healing Wish as well for Clefable for Megalopony and endgame. So let's say, for example, you did triple axle that Zapdos, you got staticked, and they had Rocket Helmet as well. You can Healing Wish back up, and Megalopony's free again.
Yeah, we have Healing Wish. We have a bunch of great screen setters to allow my various, and I do mean various setup mons to set up. And if my setup mon is Golden Go, you can't even defog the screens away.
Okay,
Well,
enough with the glaze. On to the next one.
Moldbreaker Halucha.
Taco glaze.
Yeah, no one has that.
Or I'll glaze myself. So obviously, like,
He's like, I'll glaze myself.
Obviously, obviously, I'm like the GOAT. Unfortunately, I couldn't get Mega Floette right because Hamburger unfortunately stole my daughter, so I had to pretty much pick something else. And I was like, man, I've never really used Terapagos besides like a meme team that I made once. And obviously, I got that. Then I knew I needed like pretty much a mandatory Dark type, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna copy the fucking motherfuckers on like the what was like the big Smogon tournament draft tournament called like the autumn seasonal. How a bunch of people draft Terapagos Moon. Then from there, I pretty much just after that, like I pretty much just spammed the org for like help on the team afterwards. They told me Lele, I was like, man, fuck it, why not? I was looking at Lele or Mega Diancie, got Lele, Mega Drill, new representation, new Mega. Crobat is just a mon I'm really comfortable with, really a good top speed, flying type. Jirachi, I know usually I don't like doubling up on Steel and especially not on Psychics, but I realize honestly, especially after Skyhops and I think Callum like convinced me that I think Jirachi was like really good on the team. Like it doesn't really fill any of the roles that it's not too similar to Lele or Drill, and I cover like the weaknesses mostly well that it has. After that, I pretty much like after like that, it was like just like snipe hell. I kept getting sniped, so I had to like rebuild my team a lot of time until I finally settled on my Lodic, which Reyna almost stole, but decided to have mercy on me. Oh, Steroledge.
Yo, oh my god, my water was Milotic.
And after that, I was like, man, I need a ghost, and I also would really like a fire. And I'm like, man, I've only used Terra Ceruledge to very good success, but I know that like base Ceruledge is still a solid mon. Like I don't disrespect it at all. And then after that, I was like, I just need like a cheap grass, I think. And I was like, oh, actually, Chestnut, I think is really good value for the price. So yeah, I feel like my knockoff is really solid. Like realistically, I'm only really well. I mean, it's pretty much only Moon. I don't know how often I'll fit it on Chestnut, but I think Moon is such a good mon that I try to purposely not get too much knockoff, especially that I have Poltergeist on Ceruledge, because I feel like that kind of limits it. So I mean that's a bit of anti-synergy, like how Moon loves clicking knockoff and a Cerulege doesn't like basically knockoff shit. I think my Hather support is extremely good. Like two very good spin, like arguably the best spinner in the tier with Terapagos, and obviously a very good backup spinner in Drill. But Terapagos, flex up. I think my rockers are also really solid. Like I can realistically run rocks a lot on Drill and Arachi. I don't think my spike was like anything amazing, but even like if like my game today showed me, it's like Chestnut can be pretty obnoxious if I want to set up spikes a lot. I'm not too 100% sure on like my slow pivoting because Rachi and Milotic I think are good, but like they have like such good base speeds that I might be kind of tough to always do that. And I feel like my top speed I don't think is like anything incredible, but I think between like Roaring Moon, booster speed if I need be, and Crobat being able to like run as much speed as I need, obviously Rapid Spin Drill. I think I have two good Scarfers in Rachi and Lele. I feel Lele also really helps with like the people trying to revenge kill Roaring Moon with priority. I feel that really helps it out. Future offensive future sight's also really solid with Roaring Moon. Obviously good taunt support. I will admit I wish I got more T-Wave support. Because it's only Rachi. Like I didn't even draft an electric this time, which I normally try to. So that might be kind of annoying. So
Wonder what happened to your electric.
realistically, it wouldn't have helped that much with the bulky water shit. Because Chestnut, like I mentioned with the Mega Chestnut, I don't think Chestnut likes running like grass moves in general. So I don't think like I think like yeah. I think that's my biggest weakness. I don't really have like a T-Spike absorber, but at the very least my spinner is immune to them, so I don't think it's that big of an issue. I think my Milotic has some sick as hell utility, but like with Mirror Coat, Flame Orb, Marvel Scale, stuff like that. I think Cerulege is also like an underrated setup sweeper. And I will admit, I probably should have taken better advantage of like having good spinners. I only got like one real rock weak mon that's like setting up in Cerulege, but I think it's fine. I can't think of anything else to glade at the moment, other than the fact that like, yeah, I'm goated. So anyone want to add?
Only thing I don't like about your team is that your slowest pivot is Milotic. But yeah. Taco
Yeah,
at
it's a
number
pretty good
2.
team.
And whoever has paid attention will know what team is at number 1. And we put him in the top 3 of Clodsire rankings all of the time. It's Zeb.
Zeb, strike him down.
Roy, why don't you start us off?
Okay. So, typing wise, the only types he's missing are Bug Rock, which are not important. Grass, which can be important, and whilst he's a bit ground weak, he does have a flying type and a decently defensive Levitate Mon. And also, to be fair, some of the ground weakness is fake because whilst I love Swallow, it's not a mon you bring more than once or twice a season or something's gone wrong. And it's Seb Striker, which will come every game because Seb's going to win with Seb Striker. Also, he hasn't got a normal type, but he has a Mandibuzz and he has a Urshifu single strike, so he's not really too worried about ghosts. Speed tiers are fine. Does top out at 120, but that's fine. That's about the point where I'd call it an issue. Rocks, amazing. You've got 2 good rockers and you've got Mew. Spikes, Main Frosters can run it, but you've also got Mew for backup spikes. Toxic spikes, Swallow, if it comes, will probably run T spikes, or Mew can run spikes. He's also got his defog is Mandibuzz and backup Mew, and his spinner is Iron Treads. And honestly, very good. Mew can be the backup one here in this situation because you've got 2 legit removers. His momentum, I think every mon but Mega Frostlass gets momentum on this team. Oh, and Swallow, because you got and Capture Fire, but most of the mons get momentum here. Really solid like basics to this team, and like there's more stuff that's really good about this team, which Ben will get into.
Oh, me? Okay.
Oh, I can pick someone else. Callum.
Okay. Guess not then. Callum's full muted. Okay, then I'll just go with the offenses. We are on the offensive part, and especially we have mostly it's going to be between Mega Frostless and Prim. We have some backup options in the Mew and the Mesprit, and some niche striker sets, because if anybody will use Zeb well, it's the guy that's named after them on. And physically, we have the big one, the Urshifu single strike. We have Gouging Fire, which can set up. We have Iron Treads, which can be a threat physically. And then some Mew sets, some Zeb Striker sets, and in niche cases also the Mesprit. So offensively, it's definitely a little lacking, but you have a good combination of the Mega Frostlass and the Urshifu Single Strike, which is just offensively monstrous. And then you have some stuff to back it up, like the Gouging Fire with setup, the Mew, and the Iron Treads.
I would also say as well, like, really powerful special ghost type with Urshifu Single Strike is a winning combination.
Yeah. Reina, why don't you talk about
Rena?
defenses then?
Because you're a store player.
The defense. Okay, these stall allegations need to stop for one, but for two, for the defensive core, we have Trez become a defensive, which obviously pairs well with the physically defensive steel type. Will also pair well to make a pivot core with the defensive Primarina. And then you also have Mesprit and Mandibuzz, who can both spec into defensive roles. And the Mew can also spec into defensive roles. Actually, pretty much every Pokemon on this team, except Frostlass, and even then the Frostlass has Aurora Veil, can spec into a defensive role. The teams actually, Urshifu Single Strike can't. But the rest of the team pretty much can spec into a defensive role and do it well. Most of the defensive mons have, like, half of the mons that can be defensive have recovery. Prim and Treads obviously don't, but the Mew, the Mandibuzz, and the Gouging Fire on occasion all have recovery. You're not really worried about the ghost types, as said before, because you do have the double dark, and Mandibuzz is a great ghost resist. The rock type situations also kind of like whatever. It's like just Treads and like rapid. The real biggest weakness defensively is the ground situation, because you're mainly just relying on Mesprit and basically just your immunities to help you with that. But like if like it's like a ground type with toxic, or if it's just like spamming toxic in this team's really kind of free. So like your toxic immunes can't really come in on this. And
I would counter it. They do have a heal bell user on this team, so it's not as free.
I mean, it's Mew, and Mew wants to run like 3 billion different moves.
Yeah, but to be fair, Mew can on this team actually slot into different roles. That's one of the things that's very good about this team.
No, yeah, the Mew is obviously it's Mew. It's extremely versatile. But yeah, they're like pretty much every Mon can be a defensive Mon if he needs to into the matchup. So it's like the team is like kind of really annoying to deal with, except for like the ground types. Like that's pretty much the only thing.
Yeah.
The support is incredible, though.
Yeah, the support is incredible. Hazard support is obviously pretty good. You have good removal, lots of momentum. You have Heal Bell, you have Healing Wish, you have Taunt, you have Knockoff, you have Will-O-Wisp, you have T-Wave, you have Dual Screens, you have Veil. All things that work very well for this team. The Veil especially, or like screens from Mew or Mesprit help the team set up some of the threats like a Nasty Plot and Mega Frostlass. Gouging Fire, D-Dance, or even a Mew can set up then. So yeah, it makes the team very threatening. Like the one thing you would maybe want is like a Wish Passer, I guess, because some of the mons don't get natural recovery, like the Mass Prep and Prim, but like Gouging Fire gets recovery, Mandibuzz gets recovery, Mew gets recovery, so those should be fine. And with like constantly having up either Veil or Screens, this team will also just be bulky enough to take enough hits.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were Clodsire PRs. Exhibit number 1. Thank you for watching. It feels weird without Order here. Really, this is the first season ever since Order has gotten to top div that Order is not here. It feels very weird for him to not be here.
You know what? It's
And I mean-
okay. I'll take the L and transfer down to Quagsire. He can have my Wooper. He can have my Clodsire spot.
We're not.
No, we're not giving you a free one. And Milo tried to cheat the system and failed. He tried to rep in to get around his demotion. No.
And then it was inevitable.
And actually, no, I won't for week 1.
Yeah. Any last words you guys want to say?
I love you guys.
Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I hope I have a good season in my first
I do
season
actually
of
have a
Clodsire.
question. I do actually have a pretty important question.
Which one?
Yeah, screw out a paw job, especially our host job.
Okay,
Let us know in the
On
comments.
that note, we will end the video. Thank you guys for
I would just like to
watching.
say,
This was the Clodcast, and
Rena
we will see you
is not the
next time.
furry here, it's Taco.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Dude, I've been saying the furry allegations were wrong the whole time.